Oh, sorry. All right. Let's get this bad boy started. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get this rolling. All right. So, who would like to start us off with the recap? I have to do my best
let's
to
have a
preserve
recap.
my own voice because my throat has been very sore.
Uh-oh.
It sounds great. It sounds
Oh,
very smooth.
cute. I hope you didn't get the bad stuff.
Did you get some COVID?
Yeah, I hope you
going
didn't
around.
get the COVID.
It's mostly just been sore throat. Nothing else.
That's how mine started. Well, anyway, that's not what you're gonna do. So
I went
Yeah.
to goth night on Saturday, and but I wore a mask.
what's goth night?
But anywho,
At Richard's
before things
we
get spouted,
start,
Okay.
accidentally how do we say
conveying
Doxing.
information
doxing
while
ourselves?
not muted.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we
Anyway.
were on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I do the segue, it's unmuted. So, we'd like to do the recap.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
find the
so
truth.
it's well, I don't believe it. You don't.
You know,
What has anyone said to?
because Cha, I'm just gonna be clear.
Tell it.
Yes,
Tell it.
sorry. Sorry has previously been part of our attempts to make up these elaborate pranks.
But never a part of, never the victim
I mean,
of
the
them.
object of.
Yeah, she's never been the focus of such a gaslighting attempt. I will appreciate the form. 10 out of 10.
I kept
Like
it up longer than I
I'm an
thought I
Olympic
would, to be
judge.
honest.
Yeah, same. I was like, there are multiple points in time where like there's an easy out. But like I wanted to see how far you would go. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll just use the name of the characters I've been playing in Baldur's Gate 3.
I am disappointed with everybody. Only Zed changed his name. Nobody
I
else
thought we had
changed their name.
Well, no,
Oh,
because
you
I
were
thought
gonna
we
go
had
that
agreed.
far?
Yeah, we were going to
Wow,
have
you
our names
guys,
be spelled out a bit.
I know. I started with the A.
I
started
know.
with the A. Nobody followed except Zed. Thank you, Zed.
Oh,
I
man.
forgot about it.
I think you gave Sari more of a question about it than anything, because obviously I wasn't doing it. But seeing that two of our names had changed definitely helped.
Yeah, that definitely helped.
You saw through it
Come
so
back and be like,
fast. I'm very proud.
Sorry,
It's working on
Because
your
you're
character
such a
sheet.
bullshitter, Cha. You're such a bullshitter.
Aw.
As soon as we came up with the idea and we all went our separate ways after the session, it's like 30 minutes later, I was like, she's gonna watch the episode and know that this is all bullshit, probably.
I wish I hadn't, so that made it a little more
I
fun.
had a feeling she hadn't. It was a gamble, so I tried.
That was great. Thanks, guys. I feel well. I feel well.
You feel
Well and
initiated?
truly loved by your frankedness.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate the game.
And
Nice job, Cha.
well, for the record though, because you were talking about character sheet stuff. Did you get all your stuff sorted out?
I did not, but I'll have to do it as we go along.
Okay.
But for the actual recap, so obviously,
Okay,
it's not a matter of us getting team wiped shortly after by the lady becoming like shape
Come on,
shifting
did
into
you like
Marn
my improv
himself.
story? You must
I
have gotta like my improv story.
Did.
Come on.
That would have been a great story though.
I made
That
it up
Miriam
on the
turned
spot.
out to be Mark. I loved
You
it.
were
It
very
still
funny is
could be
clever.
true.
We didn't
Mm.
talk about it, and
It
I was
could be
gonna go
true.
with the line of, yeah, Lady Miriam crossed us over. So Cha and I were completely on the same page with that.
It's very
You know,
fun.
of everything
I
that
changed my name back, but it didn't change it. So hopefully
of
I'm not
everything
just
you said,
Azeroth,
I thought I could see that. I could like see that, you know?
right?
Yes.
Oh, Cha, when you changed it, did you actually save it?
I did, and when I go back to it, it says
I
Rafiki.
also I want everybody to know the moment an actual party wipe occurs and somebody's not there, they're never
it is.
going to believe us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
At this point,
That's too much to happen in one without any kind of.
You wouldn't believe how much can change in one session.
Well, okay, but the session just before this, we
Was, like,
almost got
very
wiped
chill.
out by
Yes.
these. But right before that, we almost got wiped out by when the dungeon completely
true.
disappeared. So I just couldn't see there being a whole other thing within two, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah,
within two
a whole
sessions.
a whole second horrifying thing that happened.
Yeah.
Come on,
to
you
us.
thought about it. How many seconds
did.
did you think
I
it
thought
might have
about-
been true? How
I'd
many
give it about
seconds?
0.83 seconds.
Hey, that's good. That's pretty
Good enough.
good. Mission accomplished.
I thought it was very clever.
It was great. I loved it. Actually.
We talked
'cause
about
I
it for a
was
half
doubting.
an
I
hour
was doubting.
after the show. We were
I
like,
really did
how are
doubt.
we
For
gonna
I'm like,
fuck with
no, you're
Sari?
lying. But a part of me was like, is he telling the truth? You know, part of me really was wondering. I thought you
I
did a
wasn't
great
going to
job.
say anything to the other or against Chaw's bit because
Opal,
I'm terrible at lying.
you were joyfully like quiet and morose through it. Like you didn't laugh or anything. I thought
Niamh
that
jumped
might
right
have
in.
helped.
I was just
0.08
going. I was
seconds.
just solemn silence for the fallen soldiers.
I felt you. I felt you, Opal. I felt you.
However, almost 9 o'clock MST. Therefore, it's
Oh dear.
almost 8 o'clock. Yes, PST. Therefore, I'm going to start the real recap, if you
Okay.
will.
Please, thank you. Let's go.
So, naturally speaking, Sari had gone off on her merry way to go take a long, sordid walk in the woods, recollect her thoughts in nature. Or more accurately, that's what the rest of the party thought she was doing. Those of us that were left behind, however, were sort of left with a sort of issue of our group reconvening and getting the sort of notifications of like, okay, well, we have these missions that we can do, and so we talked about what those were. For clarification, those were the letters that the party opened 2 sessions ago about like from the guild about potential missions that we could take, and of course the junk mail that contained like the weird mission specifically meant for Niavara. So Niavara shares this with the class. They discussed doing missions. However, we are all like just shooting the shit as we are like in the middle of some technical difficulties because we were also having a hard time with our sheets last time.
Oh.
So from there though, we are all collectively jump scared when Tamara rolls a very high stealth.
Natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, and I should clarify, Cha
Yeah, that
and
was good.
Cha and Zed are not with us. It is Opal, Niavara, and Kozik that are there. Cha went off, I think, to find his girlie, and Zedrin had already left to go find Tiffany and Little One.
Okay.
Really? I thought it was Zed and I just took off to go take the stuff to the magic shop.
Oh, right.
Did we
So
see
we
her
had
early?
reconvened
I don't think we did.
after. I'm confusing two events. So you guys had gone off, and then Zed had come back from seeing Tiffany, and then you two left to go to the magic shop. I'm getting the events confused in my head. So it's Kozik, Niavara, Opal, Shaw, and Zed as the other group. We'll resolve what happened with Zed and Chaw. First is that they went to the magic shop to negotiate with our beholder friend.
Ah.
Which is a matter of, obviously, the beholder friend is not necessarily like we didn't bring back anything of note, or so we thought. Which is that something had apparently happened to Zedrin's armor.
Oh.
He failed a wisdom saving throw while we were in the dungeon outside of the area of effect of the rod, after all.
Mm.
The beholder was not interested in sharing with the class what it was he meant.
Oh, that monster.
Which
He
we
was
anticipated. We knew he would
interested
be
in
that
trying
way.
to acquire what it was, though.
Ah, dead giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And here's the thing. The beholder attempted to trick our protagonists by saying, like, you guys did promise, like, you'd you let me have what you brought back. And Zedrin and Cha initially were like, I guess we did. And then
But
the revelation of, oh wait, no, we promised that we would let you see what we brought back, actually. And we haven't talked yet to Lady Miriam. So we should probably resolve that first. And Zedrin's like, woo, I did not want to have to fight a beholder and his what is she, like the assistant dragon? That's what I thought.
Ay.
A dragon?
I believe that's what the
Yeah.
assistant is. However,
she's a dragon.
Cha didn't know this, only Zed did. So this critical information about like maybe why we're not picking fights with the beholder and the dragon are not made
I think
until
Cha knows too. We went in there knowing it was
I'm
a
saying,
beholder.
did you know when you went in, or did you know when you guys left? Because I think Zedrin did tell
he
you
knew it a
last
while
session.
ago.
No,
When we
Zedrin
first
knew
met,
it.
when we first met them, Cha did an insight. I think he figured it out.
Oh,
Wait,
when we
figured
first
out
met,
what? That
long
that they're
long
beholder?
time ago.
Mhm.
That it was a beholder. Yeah, like
Oh,
the day
okay.
we met Sari.
I
I
remember
remember
that.
him knowing that he knew it was a beholder then too.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone, because I'm only saying it since when you guys came back, you shared it with the whole class. You're like,
Right.
just a
Oh.
heads up, the
Right.
guy is a beholder and his assistant is a dragon. But
Right.
like even then, he didn't want to mess with Lady Miriam.
Right.
Oh, I thought everybody knew. Okay.
Yeah, we do. Everybody knows.
Everyone
Okay.
knows now for sure.
Okay.
Point aside, so they start heading back, going back to the group that had gone with
I was going to
Tamara.
add, in the midst of all of that, Cha and Zed somewhat gleefully figured out that we can kind of communicate in our own language now.
Right.
Oh.
Oh yeah. You guys both
All
know
of our-
thieves can't.
We both know thieves can't. So we,
It's
but we
kinda like
made it special. It's our hands. Our special handshakes is now its own language.
it's kinda like sign language, but we made it up.
I love it.
Very funny.
Thieves can't.
Oh, and the journal.
Yes, the journal was the key object. We wanted to be able to take something to the beholder to placate it for the deal it said it made with it. So we pulled out this journal that Cha had taken in the tomb of the creepy, spectral guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the words had all disappeared in the book. So that was
Oh,
something Sari missed. So all the words had disappeared, and then Cha in hindsight, it's not a very great idea, but Cha kind of pricked his finger and wrote a word in Infernal in the book, just to do a little experiment to see if it would disappear. So he closed the book, and when they opened the book again, where he had written in blood, it was gone as well.
ooh.
And so we showed the book to the beholder, and we both knew that he was seeing something that we were not. Like, we figured that out, but we don't know what
Ooh.
that is.
Okay, wow.
Like, he was reading certain pages. He was looking at them longer than if he was just flipping through an empty book. But he kept telling us, "Oh, thanks for bringing me an empty book, or a book
Okay.
that just has a spell on it that it erases anything you write in it." Like, he was trying to downplay how
Yeah.
important this thing might be.
Did you guys leave it with him?
No, we took it because we
Oh,
told him we
good.
needed
That,
to
because
show it to
yes.
Lady Miriam, which we do,
And that
because now
convinced him
it's
so that he didn't
spooky.
try anything on you guys.
Convinced him very quickly, which definitely is
Okay.
odd. A beholder
Mm-hmm.
terrified by
An
Lady Miriam
archfey.
is quite intriguing. And a dragon, like the two of them are like, we don't want to fuck with Lady Miriam, which says a lot
Wow.
about Lady Miriam.
Yeah.
Yep. So while that plot thread was resolving with the boys, Kozik, Opal, and Niavara were contacted, like I said, by Tamara, and Tamara had us join her in her office for 2 reasons. The first of which was a bit of coin, a little bit of payment, for clearing out the dungeon as best we could, I suppose you might say.
You
We
could
were
call
all
it cleaning
shocked by
out.
that. We were stunned that we were given any payment. We didn't ask for any. She gave us coin. That was
Mm-hmm.
a delight.
So, however, she did clarify that I believe that Lady Miriam actually asked to see us.
Oh.
So we were going to make our way down there ourselves. However, before we left, Niavara did in fact make a slight request of Tamara, which was she's a little bit unsettled by someone like having her name in her area. She's not seen any other drow to her knowledge, so she's like, don't like that. Who is this? Please dig up some dirt on this supposed sister who dropped off this letter at my
Right.
inn. And Nivar was full of her to like give coin, and like Tamara asks in exchange for this, like, oh, okay,
Right.
I want the color of your hair.
For a day.
And
Oh,
Niavar
yeah.
is like, you mean like a piece of platinum? Like platinum? Assuming like the coin. And she was ready to give that, and like, no, literally her hair color.
No.
It was
So
so
Okay.
delightfully Feywild.
Niavara is now struggling with having teal hair, and rather than suffer the indignity of a poor color palette, she has altered her skin color to be slightly more bluish tinted over red
Ah.
tinted.
Because she can't, but specifically because she
I
can't
love it.
change it back. Like she made a deal and she can't change her hair back right now.
Not
So
only
it's a
Right.
can she not
powerful
change
deal.
her hair like back to what it was, she can't change her hair color at all.
That's pretty epic.
But like that's
It's like
Wow.
fine.
innate birth quality of Neovara that was
Yeah, that must be really
instantly
unsettling.
dismantled.
It is worth it though, potentially. Although,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
however, with that in mind, we all had, our meeting with Lady Miriam, so we were going to have to collect Sari before making our way to the palace to have a little chat with her, because Tamara at this point trusts us to know where we're going, if not
Oh,
to
well,
make a fool out of ourselves.
good news.
And that's where the session ended.
Oh, okay. So you're all looking. So you guys are looking for Sari. And where's Zed and Cha?
They came back to the group at we all
We all met up
reconvened.
at the Hofty Liborn.
Oh, before you went to see
No.
No, no,
Tamara?
afterwards.
After.
This group of 3 went to go see Tamara while Chaw and Zed were
Ah, okay.
So those two
So we've
things
all
happened
re-met.
simultaneously.
So everyone's back at the Hofty Library.
And
If
now
you
we
came
just
back
need to
too, then
Sorry.
we're all
And
there.
then I came back too.
If you wanted to, it's up to you.
I think she's ready. She doesn't really like being left out of stuff, so she wants to see what's going on. She's feeling a lot better after running into the other paladin that's like got a crew that's just really challenging him, and it made her appreciate her crew more and feel like, okay, you want to get back with everyone and see what happens next.
How many times are you
I
going to
think
find
it's
a
my
crew will
mic,
prank you
so
like that?
I know, right? I mean, come on.
That's love.
That's love right there.
a loose wire.
Okay, we're all back at the lofty high.
All right. So you've all
Diamonds, huh?
met up again.
So I think in
Yeah, my mic
not
being
out
too
here
sensitive.
in the
One sec.
open or in the Hofty Liborn. Maybe in our room. If we meet in our room, Cha would reveal everything that we observed with the beholder and the journal.
Yeah, let's do it.
So here we go to Lady Miriam. Are we ready? Need anything? Just in case she's Marn and tries to kill us all?
Right. What is it we're trying to get out of her today? I mean, we're gonna let her know what happened and what we found, but what is it we want from her? I mean, are we looking for something ourselves?
Well, she's still
Ah.
going to help us find Marn.
That
we
too.
did if we didn't in fact destroy Marn, or the thing in the box, the creepy little mouths and stuff, might be Marn, might not be. We wanted to show that to her.
It's gonna be so hard to do
Right,
In
but
voices
addition
in-
to
right
this
now.
journal as well. Now we know there's something,
That's
serious
okay.
about it.
Right.
I believe the implication I got from Tamara was that actually that Lady Miriam was expecting us.
Right then, well,
Which
let's
makes
go.
I
sense.
might have.
Also, sorry, we did get job offerings.
Oh, did we now? What did we get anything interesting? That's gonna help us on our way to finding Marn.
Some
They could
coin.
be.
Not
Depends.
those.
There is an escort mission where we would travel to a different town if we wanted to go on a
Okay,
little trip.
why?
There's also a couple where we clear out some places of nasty evil things. And so these
Oh,
might help us on our journey, or they might just put some coin and some cool,
put some coin in our
stuff
pockets.
in our
Yeah,
pockets.
right.
And also increase our, our rep in town, that we're
Right.
reliable and groovy.
Right. Okay.
But it
Right.
also means that we stick around the Feywild longer than maybe Neobata would like, or any of us would like. we do need to think about our bigger goals.
Right.
Like,
Well,
do
that's
we
what I was
want to
wondering if
find?
sorry, Cha, go
Before
ahead.
you were with us, Sari,
Right.
we were on a kind of a mission to potentially find Zed's crew, which may be trapped in the astral realm.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
we had a friend who, well, kind of a friend, kind of an enemy, who was the captain of an astral ship. And they are back in another town we helped out, trying to gain funds to build another astral ship. So that could be our tickets to the astral world, unless we
Wait,
find
this is
another
wait.
way.
Are you saying Zed's crew is building? No, Zed's crew is trapped in the astral realm.
Well,
And who is it that's building a new ship?
this is
There was an
another
evil
friend we met
trickster,
in the past
Another
named Max.
an evil
an
trickster.
evil demon trickster. Yeah,
And this is your friends that are
a
building
true
a ship
psychopath.
that you want to
Right.
ride from. This
Well, yeah,
fella trickster, you want to ride from this fella.
Well, we don't know anybody else who has an astral faring ship. So that's
We
one
don't
of
even
the
know if he did.
reasons why that might be an option.
Okay. Well, maybe this
Zed, do you
this
think
is
you could
something Miriam
pilot?
could maybe help us with, eh?
Zed, do you think you could pilot an astral ship if we actually came across one?
I would. I don't know if I could answer that. I was able to sail the Ashen Wake somehow all by my lonesome. It's quite a large ship, so I've got, you know, fair share of experience, but not in them that are flying around in the air. Can't be
What
too
did
hard.
Miriam? Why don't we ask Miriam if she can help us and get into the astral plane? Because there might be other ways where
Well,
we
we
don't
did
have to
ask
go with
her.
this crazy Max fella.
We did ask her about we did tell her about the situation in the astral realm. She didn't offer any potential assistance with that.
Well, let's see if
So
she
we
feels
could
like
bring
what we
it up
brought her
again.
might. Yeah, right. Maybe she'll feel differently if she likes what we brought her.
If we
You
still
know?
want to do that, what do you think, Zed? Like, is that a goal of yours? Do you want to try to find your crew? Can we rescue them? Are they dead? Are you... I'm not sure. What is the long game there?
Well, we're not done even with Marn here, are we? Though.
We don't even know if he's here. Could be anywhere.
Right.
We don't
Right.
know if
Well,
he's in
that's what
this
we want to get
dimension.
more information and find out a little
Correct.
more, because if we want to make sure that Zed if that Marn fella quits messing with Zed's head, we're gonna have to track him down, eh?
But we were told that he could no longer
I-
mess with Zed's head.
For the
because
time
of
being,
what
at least,
Miriam helped.
it seems like Lady Miriam's got and Zed's gonna kind of put his finger up to his forehead and kind of tap his head. She's like, Lady Miriam's got well, her eye on me, I guess.
That's
And
right. That's right.
Literally.
I wonder if how she'd feel if we left the Feywild. If she'd still be
Well, she told us she'd communicate with us anywhere, so she
Ah,
could probably
okay.
communicate across dimensions
Oh,
if we leave
great.
this
Wow.
world.
That's great.
hey, well, is there anything that we want to do before going to see her?
I can't think of anything off the top
Well,
of my head.
We did just
think we're
get
set.
a big old bag of coin.
Do you want to
Yeah.
party?
I've got a feeling that things could go pretty quick from that visit. I'm gonna just maybe suggest we take our things with us. I don't know why, but I've got this feeling like I don't know, things could move quickly out of there.
A sort of
I don't know
ominous
why.
looming dread.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
We do typically keep our stuff on our bodies for that very same reason.
All right, good deal then.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's no like, and Niavara was like, "Listen, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Listen, what's the worst that she could do with us? Throw us in a dungeon somewhere and like not feed us for a week? I mean, like she'd have to let us out at some point. Like we're useful, obviously.
Zed's just
She
hearing
could
all
do a
the
lot
kind of
worse than that.
skepticism, and I think he's pretty much at this point just been sold. He's like, "Hey guys, Lady Miriam's here to protect us." He like,
Okay, she's been pretty cool. Agreed.
Oh
So
yeah, I wasn't
far.
worried she'd do anything to us. I just thought she might have some need of us, right away, and we'd be just
tune.
taken
Well,
off from
we
there.
should probably not. Yeah, that's a good point. We probably shouldn't
Well, we
go.
have like an hour to get there. We were supposed to meet at 2. I think we have an hour to get there, and it takes like 40 minutes to walk. So maybe we should just head there. Unless
That's
you need
probably a good
something special
idea.
right
So,
now, Zed.
on the way. No. I just on the way. We should probably all decide collectively, or we're agreeing to give her this rod, because that was what she was asking for beforehand.
Oh,
It seems like it was causing us some problems that we may not know how to deal with. But
It was,
what,
yeah.
what do you think? I'm okay to hand it over. What do you, Niavara? You're the one who was holding it
I
the
think
wow.
most.
I
That's
think
a big
Niavara was suggesting it.
decision. Where were you, Niavara?
So my whole point was, prior to this incident, I thought we were going to go back into this little fucked up dungeon and, deal with it again,
Right.
maybe go kill God. Saturday night stuff.
Sure.
However, in light of the events of what happened, like what transpired while we were there last, I think I'm like safe to say that we should get rid of that thing as soon as fucking possible.
Fair. I thought we could use it later on if we came across anything weird like that. But after what it was doing to you, like, and anyway, we already agreed to hand it over to her, so.
If we need to make use of it again,
Risky.
I have little doubt that Lady Miriam would be willing to like lend it back out, considering she was willing to let us hold on for it for a little bit longer.
Hey, that's a good point.
But like,
Trust.
it's evil. Eats.
Okay.
But same, let's not let her know how eager we are to let it go, though. Too,
Full disclosure. I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Zed's disclosing.
I trust Lady Miriam, but I want to relay some events and recount a few things. The former ring that Shaw had that ended up just being like a little disc of metal. The beholder at the magic shop suggested that could maybe be used as a metaphor, would be a battery to charge some sort of magical something. Now,
yes,
it's very interesting. It's just dawned on me, as you were saying, that she was readily available to lend us this rod again. If she's aware of what the rod does, as far as draining magical properties and whatnot, we might have just in some way partially charged this rod by draining Niavara's magical bits, so to speak. And that might be a reason. Again, I trust Lady Miriam, but it popped in my head. That might be a reason why she allowed us to take it, as she knew it was going to be draining at least one of us of our magic.
I mean, my magic has recovered, to be clear here.
Oh, no, it's fair. I don't know if it was necessarily purely malicious, but just in the sense of
practical.
She's letting us do something for her that she might not necessarily told us about and knew that it was going to happen the whole time.
This
Do you
is
feel
the
comfortable asking her about
Feywild, my friends. This is the Feywild, and people can be really good, but they also always have self-interest operating at the same time.
I was going to say intention doesn't always add up to everyone's whole, same perspective.
Right.
Sure.
So on that theme,
let's ask her about it. Maybe she'll be open about it.
Same very note. I did have like one thing to what might we say? Zedrin, you mentioned to me, like, you had me take off my armor. We compared our armors next to each other. We're like, what the hell? We both just got this new armor, but yours is different. Are you very certain that you want to take your nice new fancy armor with these new magical properties straight to this woman who has already been collecting our magical items?
That's
Oh,
I
that's a
might,
good
you know,
good
leave
point.
it at
point.
home.
We could stick
That's
it
a
in the
good
bag.
point.
Stick it in our mimic.
No.
Right, that
I think we just leave it here. And like Neovar is like already removing her like studded leather armor. Like there's no reason for me to wear this. I have a dress on. It'll be
Hmm.
fine. I'm not expecting to fight someone.
Hmm.
You should
personally,
be.
I do kind of like the idea of having it in the mimic so that we can, you know,
Do you have?
But,
be
like-
Do you
somewhat
guys have
prepared.
any other armor? Like we shouldn't go in there unarmed.
It's not a matter of me being unarmed, Chaw. Secondly, you know me. I'm never truly unarmed. And she smiles.
True.
But no.
Niavara, did your armor also get affected the way Zed's did?
No! I'm mad
It
about
wasn't-
that, to be
It
clear.
wasn't outside of the. It wasn't outside of the effect of the rod.
I'm
What
merely
makes you
saying.
feel like hiding it? What makes you feel like you want to hide it?
Because if
Well,
only
the beholder
Zedrin
was
is
able-
missing his armor, then
Okay.
that is suspicious. But if
Right.
multiples of us are not wearing our armor when we go in, then
And
it's
to
not.
Niavara's
Do you have
point,
That's a
any?
great
Do you
idea.
have
I'm
any
taking
regular
mine off as
armor?
well. I'm
Do you have
putting on
any
my
regular armor around?
right. I'm
If
putting
you-
on my leather armor and taking off my
There you go.
plates.
Yeah, switch to a different armor, but don't be no armor.
I think I sold it. I'm not going to fight
Yeah.
anyone. I will put it back on when we return.
I think it's a
I'm not
great
planning
idea.
on throwing hands with Lady Miriam.
That's
And
a great
Shaw.
idea.
Just remember,
Yes.
I can always Sonderwipe them if we're surrounded. It's nothing to worry about.
Can't wait to see it up close.
Jeez.
And Lady
You folks are
Miriam's
more
been-
you folks are more conspiratorially minded than a
Okay, you got the point there. She loves
miserly dwarf.
magical items. She loves our magical items. So, good point.
And Lady Miriam's been good to us because we have been useful to her. But you have to remember that we're in the Feywild, and it's quite a well, relationships tend to be transactional. So it's a good idea to, I like Niavara's idea, is what I'm saying.
Zed's gonna
All
scratch
right,
his
let's
head
do it.
as well, and I just again another thought. There's a very good chance that Lady Miriam might already be aware, and if
'Cause
we
she's in
show
your
up
head?
without our armors and things, that it just kind of more or less just shows suspicion and slight distrust.
I mean, yes, disrespect intended.
On the contrary, I think that she'd feel trust if we show up without
Here,
all our armor
how
on.
about this, you guys?
I think
We
she'd
made
feel
it-
like that we don't expect anything
I-
bad to happen, so
mean-
we've not
I
got
mean
our
more
armor
or
on.
less-
we made a deal with her.
No, I mean
We'll
more
stick
or
to the
less
deal.
the fact that
There's
she
no
could be
other deal.
listening to us have this conversation, not necessarily like an indirect thing. She could be
Right.
very aware of our suspicions.
Right.
I
She-
agree.
and
Sorry.
she knows we're suspicious. We've been open about it since day one.
Me especially, my lord.
She'd think we were foolish if we weren't.
I
She's,
think so. I agree. Sorry.
she knows the game.
But you have an interesting point. She's been taking some of our cool magical stuff. Your armor was affected by the same stuff that affected my ring, and she
let's
wanted
honest,
the ring.
let's be honest. She's not taking nothing from us.
Well, she
Right.
we
We've
had
We
no
agreed
other
to give it.
option of how to deal with Marn or anybody without doing it. We had nothing, no other leads, no other ways. So effectively, she took what she wanted, and she could take more if we asked her for more. So you have a point.
Anyway, I'm
This is
not
insane.
worried. I just
This
wanted
is
to be
insane.
clear.
This is insane.
You know, it's
I'm
your
a dwarf
armor, though.
of a noble
Like,
house.
is she gonna ask to take away your armor? Like, I had a little coin. It was not attached to me. It wasn't useful at the time for anything. We just knew it was valuable. That's all. This is your armor. You got to walk
All
around. You
right,
got to be
but-
protected.
But she's got. So again, I feel like I brought it up just for the sake of it popped in my head, but her whole bit has been trying to protect us this whole time. Why would she take my armor? That's all of my protection physically.
Without
doubt
maybe
it would
offering a decent
happen.
trade. She might
I
want to
doubt-
trade for it.
This is true, but I doubt that would happen, that she would just strip you of your armor. Though, considering how
Don't know.
interested she's been with these artifacts in the past, I think
Right.
it's
Now it's
just
gone.
safe.
The place is gone now. There's no chance to make more of these items. This is it. It's Zed's armor now. That's it.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, we also got the journal though, and we got these body parts. I think we got plenty more to do. If we're really worried about my
do.
armor, I think there's a lot more important artifacts that we are able to bring her.
If she could maybe explain to us why you shouldn't have this armor imbued with all this weird energy. Maybe it's dangerous.
Well,
Maybe
that's
it's
a good
dangerous
point.
to you. If she
That's a good
thinks
point.
it is.
If she doesn't know about it and it is a danger and she does want to protect us and I don't bring it along, she might not be able to say, "Hey,
She
you
can't
shouldn't wear
help.
that."
You're bringing up a good point. Do we
Okay.
trust Lady Miriam or not?
I
We've
think we
been
want to
on the
get
fence
information
since the
from
beginning.
her and from other people as well about
I
the
think-
armor and
Nevarra
She
all the
takes a
information.
brought
very
back
dramatic
Little One.
sigh
She
before she's
helped
like,
bring back Little One.
Tell us,
okay.
Nevarra. Come on,
All
tell us, girl.
right. I made my suggestion. It sounds like collectively we have mostly decided to just wear the fucking armor. Let's just get on with it then. If she takes it from us, then I get to say I told you so, which I look
And we
forward
learned
to most
something.
dearly in this world.
Oh my goodness.
So let's go.
Nevarra.
I wouldn't want to take that away from you.
That's sure.
Also, I kind of feel like I have to trust her because she's got a magical stone inside my head.
If she's a tyrant, she would want that, but it doesn't seem like she is yet. So I don't think you have to trust her. I think honesty is good.
Well, she
in
removed
this
that, remember?
situation. Oh yeah, that's right. She took it out, right?
She took what?
Opal was about the magic crystal
She
that was in
took like
Zed's
the
head.
magic thing.
Oh, right.
She took it out and
Wait.
gave it to him after it was drained.
It was like, yeah, emptied. But it all makes sense. Ed could be totally paranoid about someone being in his head or whatever.
So Nevarra is like, she puts back on her armor. She's like, okay, we're already heading out. Let's just go.
When did she? Hold on.
She had
hold on.
taken it off to compare it with Zed's. Like
No, no,
she
I'm
was
We
like
talking
should
about the-
attempting a
we
visual
should
check.
rename our group Second Guessing. That should be the
I'm
name
talking
of our
about the
group.
stone that
Second guessing.
that Miriam had Zed put in his head. We've only come across Miriam. We
If
haven't
you-
come across her since he
It
got
was
it.
in the dream. Didn't she do it
Yeah.
in the dream?
Yep, it was
Oh
in
my
that
God, I forgot
situation.
It
about
was in
Yeah,
the
she
dream.
pulled.
yeah.
She took it out.
She took
Yeah,
it
I remember
out,
that.
used it, drained
Sorry.
it, and then left it on your shoulder as she walked off.
Sorry, yep.
Chop
Anyway,
takes
he still
Zed by the
has the
shoulder and he's
trust.
like, "We're okay, buddy. Let's get in there. Let's be open. Let's do this. We're gonna move forward. She's helped us. She saved Little One. Let's do this. She's cool. Well, let's go in there thinking she's cool. If she
Yeah, Zed,
turns out to not
I
be
think-
cool,
I
then
think of
we'll
everyone
go
in the
from
group,
there.
Zed has the most trust in Miriam. So he's
At
not like, I don't know if I was portraying that, but he's like, "Come on, guys."
Let's
As
do
a
this.
noble,
Let's go.
as a noble from the
Now
House of
remember,
Deep
on our way
Shaft,
there,
I
let's
for
not
one,
talk about anything out in the streets unless you want. To
I for
speak in
one will
code
not
or
go
something.
into the halls of Lady Miriam with my money in my sock.
Learned my lesson from Tamara sneaking up on us for the 50th time.
Can you hear
Mm.
Kilzik?
Kozik's
Oh,
making
Kozik.
quite a statement here.
Kozik, is he I can't hear him. Is he
You can't hear him.
speaking? Here, let me reload.
He was.
He's not speaking right now.
No, but he made a good point.
See, I'm just used to having to
And
sneak
that's
around.
something, Chaw, you've got to hear what he said because you're going to want to write that down.
What did you say, Kozik?
I didn't say nothing. Let's just get out of here.
No,
Come on.
That was
Tragic.
great.
Oh,
That was
the
great.
lost Kozik quote. It's gonna be a
It was
myth now.
great.
I don't want to
He
enter
said,
Lady
Lost.
Tamara's
"Quit being
hall
so damn
with coin in
distrustful."
my pocket.
Like, wait, you know what? I'll go
With
through the
coin in my
stream
socks, sorry.
again and catch
You
it if
catch
I
it in the
really need
replay.
to.
It was a good one, Kozik.
It is a part of Kozik's charm is that it's impossible for him to repeat his quotes. That is
He
part of
says
the
he's
charm.
not going to go in to see Lady Miriam with his money hidden in his sock. He's saying, "Quit being so damn
See,
distrusting."
there's something about the delivery.
Well, okay, I'm not
Let's
saying delivery, but it was,
let's
you know,
Hey,
I
you
thought
know
it was
what?
great.
Everybody feel what you want to feel. This is a really powerful being. She probably knows that people don't trust her. We know that a beholder and a dragon don't want to screw with her. She's intimidating. She knows it, and still she's pretty cool with us. Just go in there and be cool.
Yes. Niavara, I do agree with you that we should have some level of care when approaching this situation. But being actively distrusting at every opportunity isn't going to build bridges.
Let's
I'm
do
not
it.
very good. I'm not meant for that. I'm meant to help burn them after the fact.
Yes, I'm thoroughly aware.
I think
Well-
you misunderstand the whole idea of drow society, and specifically what it means for a youngest daughter of 4. My
I have
lord.
Well, Niavara,
Okay,
you've
argue
had
on
to
the
build
way.
trust
We're
with this
we're
group
walking.
regardless.
We're
Argue on the way. We're
We're
walking.
walking.
We need to get
Opal
there.
is not letting
Okay?
her get away with this.
Oh, I love imagining them arguing in the street while we're walking.
Niavara, you have actively had to build trust between your party members. Of course, it had to have taken time. Though, you had to put that trust in them regardless of the fact, didn't you?
It depends on what you mean by trust.
Trust to not get you killed?
You don't trust me, Niavara?
I'm not saying anything about you, Chaw. It's more of like the nebulous concept of it. Do I trust Chaw not to get me killed? Yes. I trust most of these people
Aw.
to recognize the fact that I'm not going to just like randomly end up dead because of some of them. Now, Maximilian, different question.
for
Raoul,
sure.
50-50.
Right.
I didn't have enough of a chance to get to know the others. However,
Rain could have led us to our destruction, but would have 100% not meant it.
yes, he was sort of like flighty like that. Pun fully
Right.
intended.
Wow.
Little Faye. I guess it means like what you mean by trust. I mean, in the same vein that I can understand that like most drow aren't like actively trying to stab me in front of me, that doesn't necessarily mean that I trust them.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
You are
wouldn't
talking about
trust
the
the
drow.
drow either, so, you know.
No, but that's what I'm familiar with.
Fair enough. In any case, try and build some trust in people. I do not expect you to do it instantly, of course.
I mean, it's more of a matter of like
It is
I
better.
hadn't
Oh yeah.
been completely honest in my forthrightness that I am lying about many things for many reasons, because it is partially my religion to do so.
wow.
The
Hmm.
traveler demands dishonesty.
Well,
Well,
I just
better
feel
to
like
be
you're a
careful
great
and
traveling
wrong.
partner.
Best to be careful and wrong than trusting and stabbed to death in your bed.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry, you can fix them.
So sorry. What did you get up to exactly? I have like heard very little from like about what you actually did on your little John for your mental health.
Well, I just needed a little time to myself, but I did run into another half elf paladin, and that was interesting.
Oh,
That was interesting. Yeah. Well, he's got a group that he's also traveling with, and just listening to his tales a bit, and I tell you what, I've made me quite appreciate all of you quite a bit, and that I'm glad to be here with you. So
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a good
sorry.
walk. Yeah, it was a good
Cha
walk.
comes and
It's
gives
good to
a
be with all of
walking
you.
half hug to Sari.
Yeah,
That's
And
good to
glad to be
hear.
with you.
settle a question for us that we had last while you were gone. Can you lie? Yes or no?
Oh, right.
Yes, I
we were
can.
wondering if your oath allowed you to be dishonest.
If it's for the good, if it's honestly for the good, yeah.
Ooh,
Because
I like the moral ambiguity. Like it.
Vel couldn't lie at all. He
Well,
would
he
have
had a
broken
different
his oath.
oath, though, didn't he? He had a different oath.
Yes.
And
That's what
my
we
oath
were
is
wondering, right?
my oath is a little bit less. How do I want to say? It's not spelled out so clear. It's more like the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law, if you know what I mean. So it's not quite spelled out like rules that have to be subscribed to. It's more like what is the spirit of the thing and what's going to get you there. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do.
I think so too.
If it'll get us to the good and it'll get us to where we're trying to go, and if it needs lying for in order to carry towards the good end, then that's all right then. But not for any kind of selfish reason or not for to hurt anybody. It's more if it's needed, if it's needed in our quest for the good. Yeah.
Which, as your oath would imply, having met that Vine woman probably would have been somewhat invigorating for you, considering the tenets of ancients.
Right.
Because she wasn't what you thought she was. She was an actual spirit that had taken a physical form.
Right. Yeah, I thought she was. Yeah, right.
Something to consider.
So as we're walking along, Cha's gonna start weaving into the conversation some thieves' cant toward Niavara.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, do you know who your family is who left you with the drow?
Get the map for the cat.
Nivar would actually sort of look at him like and like she would like look directly at him, like make eye contact, and then her eyes would shift like over to Zedrin.
I was gonna say, OOC, keep in mind Zed knows Steve's game.
And it could be that
Oh,
Chuck was
God.
meaning it like super like I think it'd be really funny. Because
Well,
Nivar has been acting very suspicious of late.
Well,
she's also not been dishonest either.
She's been more open about being left with the
She's
drow.
also,
She
I
wasn't,
think,
you know,
mentioned around Zed like her sister.
right. And the person that you've been looking for, not in Thieves' Cant, just openly, and you told us. So yeah, I think I was trying to keep it general. Do you know your real family?
Okay.
Do you know who they are?
That
what
scene
they
is
look
ready.
like, or anything like that? Like he's trying to ask that. Do you
And
remember
like
them basically?
she would still be glaring at Zed like, okay, say something, bitch, I dare you. Before she would say, Cha, babies work how babies work.
I think Zed's gonna probably get he's probably seen this look before. And his eyes just kind of like dart off as if he's not paying attention.
I mean, I'm only asking because, well, you were in the room when I discovered who Maximilian really was. I could use the same technique if you wanted to evoke the memories of who your family really is. Like, if you wanted to try it.
And she like raises an eyebrow and she's like, I was probably around a month old, if that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we usually don't remember those things, right? But and he taps his temple. We can see it if you want to.
And she sort of glares away for a hot second. You could tell that she doesn't necessarily like the topic of conversation. She's like, I don't think I want to know them.
Okay, yeah, just think
Like-
about it.
Zed stopped and is like pretending to tie his shoe, even though he's got boots on that have no laces.
And Neovar is like, man, Zedrin, I think you must really be tripped up. I think you got a scuff on the other one. Out loud, verbally.
I wish it could be like a specific thieves con, so I could just have like a private conversation. It's so hard to have private conversations in our campaign
How
because
many
we
people
always
in this
run
party
around in a
know?
big giant group.
How many people in this party know Infernal though?
Oh, that's a good
Just
point.
you two. I'm
You
pretty
know
sure.
what? You know what? That's fair. And I've been doing that before. I think I'm just happy to know I can do thieves camp, which I never realized.
Well,
Let's switch
and
all that back to
technically,
Infernal.
I think it's
retroactively,
really, I think it's really
all
funny if
good.
it wasn't Thieves Can't. Don't worry about it.
No, but you
But
know
we
what?
do-
I mean,
Cha,
Cha's
No.
not
Cha
dumb.
and Zed,
Like,
I feel like with our specific thieves can't.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
You know what I mean? Like that could be pretty
It's our
direct.
own thing. But you
No,
know
if
what?
you wanted to have all of
Infernal
that in
makes more
Infernal,
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like Cha was trying to be private, and Cha knows Zed knows thieves can't, so he
That's
wouldn't just
true.
be having a conversation that was specific to Niavara, where Zed could hear the whole thing. I think it makes sense.
Yes. Well, I mean, I was kind of even thinking that we would walk away from the group a little bit. Just something while we were walking, a private conversation. So yes, let's switch it to Infernal. And
Got
he's
it.
saying
In
all
which
that in
case,
Infernal, and he's quietly like he's whispering it in Infernal. He's not like making a big show of it.
Neovar would not need to sort of glare at Zedrin.
Although that was fun to imagine.
I feel like the glares, just even keeping the glares in for no reason
Yes.
makes it even more funny. Because to Zed, he's like, this happens all the time, and I never know why.
Neovar is like, will sometimes get like randomly really pissy.
That's a great idea. I like it.
Ah,
So yeah, in a hushed Infernal, he's like, and he's trying not to be invasive at all. He knows how it looked with what he did with Max, and he knows how that could be strewn, or that, he knows how that could be interpreted and very vulnerable. But he just wanted to offer, if she wants to know what they look like, he can access her memories, and we can try to see who they are, or where they were, or anything like that, if she wants.
and she's
And
like,
also, yeah, okay, go ahead.
no, she would be like explicitly, Cha, they're going to look a lot like anything they want to. They were almost certainly fellow changelings.
Right.
Of
Barring
course, but
that,
you might know what they made themselves look like in general at that time.
that's not how most changeling work. And she sort of sighs. Most changelings don't have like a single solitary identity like I do.
Right?
Most changelings prefer to go from mask to mask to mask.
Sure. I mean, it's just for information. If you wanted it, if it was useful.
Secondly, they left me. No.
That's
I
my
don't even-
question, though. That's my other question.
Neovar
Why?
is Odo. Sorry.
Why did they do it? Do you know why?
Hell if I know. All I know is that it was an exchange made against my drow mother's will. She was always very upset about this thing that happened in the middle of the night.
Against her will.
She did want that youngest child. My older sisters are both, like, well, practically old enough to run the house themselves.
I mean, I've read stories about these transfers and the deals that they are and the weird motivations behind them.
Ah,
So
the
I mean,
joys
I
of a
don't know if
coughing
they're
fit.
just stories or if you understood why or what the intention was or what the benefit was, or
I mean, it could be that my mother was, and when I say mother, I do mean the woman who raised me for better or worse.
Right.
I know that she wanted a method of like getting intelligence on the surface. She had named her real daughter after the Fury, a sort of like a sign, if you will, of an unwanted child in many cases. Not that it was so in this case; it was very much a wanted. But point being, she named her daughter the Fury because she wanted to use her as a method of revenge. And what better
Ooh.
revenge than someone from the above worlds being used as a tool against them? I could slip in anywhere I want. Like, even amongst the other drow, unless, like, they're actively looking for a fae, I'm kind of hard to spot.
Do you think your drow mother went forward with this exchange so that she could use you?
I mean, she
That's
did
that's
use
what you're
me.
saying?
I don't know if she's saying she
Wow.
made the trade explicitly. So that for that point, I
She
know
didn't
how I
want to
was.
trade, but she did it. She got the benefit of you being able to do what you do.
Mhm. Correct.
God, sick.
Like
I mean, it's
Veldrin's
so
arm.
familiar.
Veldrin's arm, and I'm sure you remember
Right.
this, his skeleton piece,
Yes.
was the result of
Right.
a ritual gone wrong.
Right.
Her
Yavar
ritual.
had shared that.
So,
Your mom did that?
yes. No, I don't know why.
Like for a similar reason though, right? To her own gain.
We
As
assumed.
So I mean, and I don't mean to pry, but is that what you're doing out here? Are you trying to discover what your other parents wanted and what your mother wants? Is like, are you still a tool of hers,
I
consciously or unconsciously?
I have probably, at this point, greatly pissed her off. I ran away.
Uh,
Veldrin and I ran. Like I had been let out of the compound before, of course, when Veldrin went to his first party as the first male child in our house. Of course, he had to be celebrated as a potential partner for any of the other houses. So I was sent with him as his chaperone, as my older sisters are far too old to attend such an event meant for drow under the age of 100.
right.
So I've obviously been outside before. However, Veldrin had never been to the surface, but I had. So when you guys found us, I was literally attempting to just lead Veldrin to the surface. I left knowing how angry our mother was going to be. However, Veldrin was sure that his fate would be above the Underdark. I was less sure of that, but like I was willing to let the traveler lead me where I'm meant to go. I didn't want to come to the Feywild, if you can recall, and I'm not happy to be here.
Yes.
That's because I am technically a Fey. I understand that.
I'm starting to realize that's one of why it's so uncomfortable, but it's possible we could come across your family
I
here.
would kill them.
Okay, that's good to know.
Family you grew up with, or your birth family?
The birth one, the ones that gave her to the drow.
You'd kill them.
Does Sorry speak Infernal?
Yeah, sorry. Unless you speak Infernal, you wouldn't know what we're saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you guys were speaking Infernal. I'm sorry. You're right. I don't. Sorry.
It's okay. No worries.
So
But you might
just
be
like
right. You might be rightly miffed that they're having a whole very deep conversation within earshot that you can't be a part of.
I'm trying to not make it that obvious.
That might
We've
be
had
something you have
private
a
discussions
comment on.
before.
Are
We've
you
all had
feeling a little
private
angry,
discussions.
Kosick? Are you feeling that way yourself, Kosick?
Oh, I'm just stomping along in my boots. It's fine.
And then Niavara lets
So
out like
passive
a little
aggressive.
huff as she's like, listen, doesn't matter. And she swaps over to common. If I meet them, they'll die.
Well, I will assist.
Thank you. The only one that would like be innocent in the whole matter is, of course, my twin. But
Right,
like,
I
she's
get
the one
that.
who reached out to me. And like,
Okay.
derogatory.
Fucking
If she was
fake.
the one, and
Yeah.
she's like, she holds up her hands like, these, in a fight. And she's like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about them. They
Okay.
did what they did. They can't
It's
take
good
it
to know.
back.
And
I
as
would
that
share that.
conversation comes to
Ends.
its ending point, you guys have made it to the castle in its vibrant, colorful elegance, maybe a little bit of opulence.
Right, game faces, everybody.
All
Here we
right.
go.
It's beautiful. And Niavara will walk in the pathway that she remembers best. She's like, okay, I wonder if the little guy with the piano's still here, the little fairy.
I hope he struck out on his own in a solo career, personally.
And piss off Miriam. And then we would never be able to hear him again. It'd be sad.
Maybe he'll be at the local clubs. We'll go bar hopping later to find out.
Oh, I haven't heard about your club in a while, Joe.
Oh, it's always running in my mind. I should really
too.
show you sketches and some of my ideas.
I would
Oh my
love to
god,
see
you
it.
guys will love it. I think that will be my next mission after we murder Marn, is to try to raise capital for my nightclub.
Um,
I just need to decide where it should be. Should it be in this plane of existence? It's kind of cool here. Should it be on the material plane? I haven't made up my mind. Maybe you can all help me decide.
that's the one weird, fucked up looking cat.
Oh no.
So, you enter. You know, the guards, you walk through the can't think of the word, but the area which, there were the guards out there, and there's like little gardens and stuff.
Courtyard.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
they just kind of let you through,
Yeah.
like almost like you've been expected.
Oh wow. Whoa.
Slightly unnerving, but not terrible.
We're getting familiar with the place. Isn't it nice? We're like friends. We're like old friends.
And you walk in, and there's Jimmy hanging out,
Still
playing the
there?
piano,
Mr. Piano Man.
and there's this
Yeah.
kitten with what looked like little tendrils coming out of its back, sitting on the piano, bobbing its head with the music.
Oh my goodness.
Out of character. Displacer beast. Or
Is it a displacer kitty cat?
Yes.
Yeah, I was about
Oh
to say
my
out of.
goodness.
I'm like, that's either a
What a
Grim
treat.
Grimshka or a fucking displacer beast. One or the
What's
other.
a
What a
displacer
treat.
beast?
Here, I'm gonna put a picture in
creature.
so you can see a displacer beast. There's a good
Thanks.
picture. So imagine this, but a cute little kitty cat sitting on a piano. Oh,
Put a cute
I
little
hold out
kitty
my
on the
hand.
piano. Okay.
but it's a cute little kitty version. It's
See if-
not a
see if he
horrifying
sniffs
eat
me.
you version. Yeah. That's adorable. I love that image. Hey Jimmy, glad you're still doing well.
Yeah. Hi.
Keep it up.
It will do.
Hope to see you at the club some days out in town.
He just gives you a thumbs up.
Nice.
I think you've embarrassed him, Chaw.
Dude, I'm gonna hire him at my nightclub.
Like, we're gonna poach him from Lady Miriam.
That's what it
No,
sounds like.
borrow.
Like an
Just
egg.
borrow. Come on, he's not a slave here, is he?
I
Well,
think we
maybe
had
he
this
is, I don't
conversation
know.
last time. And
We did
Niavara
kinda, did we? No.
is like, okay, I do believe that we are expected, though.
Okay,
Yes, we
right.
should probably hurry.
God, we get distracted so easily. It's all my fault.
And Niavara is like looking through things and she's like, fuck. I hate navigating.
I remember the way.
Do you? Lead the way,
Yes.
smart one.
Fine.
Like,
Watch me.
Oh, there's
Out of character, I'm waiting for everybody else to start moving their tokens.
Oh, sorry.
Niavara, you are going the wrong way.
I don't think so.
Hey there, tits.
Oh.
This lady here is near far as going the other way. She's just waving at you and reading you.
What does
Nia-
toots mean? Is that like slang?
We'll wave back before she's like, she'll lean over to Cha and be like, it is a derogatory term for a woman.
She just insulted you? Cha just throws her a mean, like, infernal face. How dare she?
It's
Stop
not meant to
putting
be
on a
like
different face.
that derogatory. It's just demeaning. The same way that calling someone baby can both be like a endearment and also, you know, rude.
Wait, you mean they're like hitting on you?
I have no
God,
idea.
rude and inappropriate. We better have words with them later on. That is unacceptable behavior in a hall of the
Where are we
sovereign of this.
going in here?
Yes, I remember that.
What's this
We
place?
did
What
go
the
this
hell?
way
I don't remember
last
this
time.
room.
How do
I don't
none of you
remember it either.
this
I-
room?
What? We've been here before, guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Thank
right.
you, Zed, for making sure I'm not going
Sorry,
insane.
I was so paranoid last time. I thought we might all be murdered. I didn't notice the layout.
Mr.
Yeah,
Pickle-Rick
you
isn't
can't
there.
forget this flooring. Like
The
let's be
flooring
honest.
is spectacular.
Parquet flooring. It's just.
I mean, look at that.
beautiful.
It makes you feel like it's three-dimensional, but it's
welcome.
three-dimensional.
I see you've made it. I wonder.
Yes.
Nice to see you again, sir.
Mr. Buffett was doing great, by the way, playing the piano. Also, cute cat.
Yes. They are quite
sure.
difficult to clean up after. Oh, you have the servants do
Both of them, or just the cat?
both of them.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
that's
Maybe
kind
I
of
won't hire him for my nightclub.
Kitty litter is not fun to clean up after, and I'm only imagining displacer litter is worse.
Let's see how the cartwheels go on this floor. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Immediately eat dirt or something like that. Niavara, we needn't go any further, I believe.
Oh right, didn't it like all change in some freakish way last time?
I do not believe so.
think it,
I
like,
believe there
all
was an
changed
instance of
into a
it, yes.
Right?
Niavara will sort of look over her shoulder and she'll be like, actually,
Oh, there they are.
are there any languages that all 6 of us know other than common?
Good question.
Y'all speak
Dwarvish,
Dwarvish, right?
Elvish.
Just
You
Both
speak
was
Dwarvish
down
and
there.
I
Elvish?
write in a little bit of Dwarvish, but not really.
Dwarvish and Dwarvish Common and Primordial.
So Kozik and Opal can speak Dwarvish.
I can speak Dwarvish too.
So
Can
that's
you?
3. Cha, Zed, and I can all speak Thieves' Cant.
Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Cha
Zed
and I can speak.
Zed can speak Goblin and Undercommon as well.
Oh, that
we
is.
do also. A
Oh,
bunch of us speak Undercommon.
It's the
that's
worst when you
right.
have sneezes and coughs.
Yeah, I speak Undercommon.
Undercommon.
That's the language
Cha
of the
speaks
Underdark.
Undercommon.
Unfamiliar with such language.
So 4 of us speak Undercommon.
I like the way we've arranged ourselves.
I
I
did
think
that on
it-
purpose. It's like pool balls.
Bowling
So-
pins. Yeah.
Bowling
That too.
pins.
And
Get
she's
ready.
Nivar will sort of like rub her chin and she's like, we need to all speak one language other than common for the sole purpose of being able to talk shit as a group.
Hey,
Right.
that's a good idea. Is it
Opal will
possible we
just
can
speak.
teach?
Oh,
I'd love to learn thieves' cant.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Maybe we could
I'd be
teach it to them
great.
over time. I
Opal
wonder how
will just
long it would
speak
take.
in
Pretty
primordial.
complicated.
It is not exactly the best idea to speak a language that we're not sure somebody else might speak.
What the hell did she just say? It sounded like a volcano erupting.
That's primordial for you. The language of elementals, Neavara will explain before she'll speak back in primordial to Opal. As she's like, "Oh, did you learn this personally?"
No, it's just a safe thing to assume. You never know what languages somebody might know before it's too late to take back an insult they very much heard.
Wise enough. And then she's like, "I think the only language that we shouldn't speak around here is Sylvan, considering that I'm pretty sure that most Fae do speak it."
True enough.
No mistake here, or no problem here.
Not that I speak it. I think
I don't
actually only
speak
one of
it.
us.
It's not.
What
I
does
don't
it sound
speak
like?
it.
I imagine it sounds
It's not on
like
my list
the
anyway.
wind through the trees or something.
Yes, the ladies will see you now.
Oh, thanks.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
What was your name, by the way, buddy?
He
Lord
introduced.
Ashley Wayland Blackwood III.
Hey, nice. Very
Mr.
regal.
Mr.
Can you
Snicket.
Neavara
Looks like
casually approached door to lockpick. I'm joking.
And dies instantly.
Lockpick.
Or just
Lockpick
loses every
door.
lockpick ever.
Oh,
Cursed.
the D&D equivalent to a shotgun trapdoor.
Or even worse, a curse that makes it so you always critical fail on lockpicking attempt.
Infinite baby hands.
hot dog fingers.
You
Oh my God, I love that movie.
we have assumed a formation.
We've absorbed Mighty Ducks. Form up. Good 90s.
So if I have a bowling ball come at you from the south,
we
a
are
comically large bowling ball.
right.
so Lady Miriam, in her, her elegant purple dress and her long flowing, oh, that's actually kind of funny, teal-ish hair.
Oh, interesting. Neavara's all teal right now, right? Kind of
Yes.
looks similar.
Yeah, and she actually, oh, you guys have seen it, but
I have not seen her butt.
Ha ha ha.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
There's a fifth grader inside of every man.
There isn't one inside of women.
Oh no, we've got other problems, but yeah.
Let's hope not.
We have a sixth grader.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Sixth grader. There you go. They're much taller than the fifth grade boys.
Yeah, right.
and she steps forward and she bows.
Man,
Notable pause.
she looks like she's super high or something. Like, what's she taking? Is she on like ecstasy or doing some DMT? She's doing some
Cha.
god drug, isn't she?
Out of character. Never underestimate the publicly inebriated. I'm joking. All right.
And she just kind of holds her
Cha
hands in front of her, one hand over the other.
Cha mirrors the bow she gave, like, out of respect.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. You have made it back safely. Good news.
Rising is what it is.
Surprise, I think sorry is to thank for that, as I believe many of us wanted to head back into the dungeon before.
Well, Niavara is the one that
Well.
saved our butts.
That is true. Though, what happened to the dungeon was surprising, to say the least.
Did you receive a report from your agent that you sent with us?
Yes, but there was obviously a lot of details that I'm sure you all have better insight.
Child looks around at everybody. All right, fill in any gaps, everybody, and he'll start recounting what happened in the dungeon.
And as you
Our
start doing
second trip
so,
around.
she snaps her fingers and you're in that completely different area, almost like a private location within the blink of an eye. You're in that like purple and gold, elegant, like opening.
Whoa. Is this like super, proof against anyone, spying on us? Is that why we switch over here?
She nods.
Super cool. Anyway, so la 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 la, and he'll share what happened in general. I don't think he'll omit any details. We weren't trying to hide anything from the dungeon the second attempt, I don't think.
But it seems like we all decided after all of our conspiracy theories to just go ahead and trust.
So yeah, unless anyone objects or flashes me some kind of a thieves' cant sign or something like that, he's gonna say everything that happened in there.
Nope,
Opal
Niavar's
has
And
no
fine
ask
with it.
issue.
ask everybody for details to like clarify if anything wasn't clear, and then the destruction of it. What happened on our watch that night, the voices, the weird monster mouth thing, and then pull out the soul jar, the jars with the creepy stuff in it. Pull out the journal. If Zed's cool with releasing that. Describe the spectral fingers and everything that came and grabbed the place, that were coming out of the walls, that came out of the box, the hand that split into 5 fingers that were kind of tried to attack us, all the weird monsters we found, the hand beast made out of hands, all the undead, and he'll describe the book about writing in it.
Yeah, good remembering.
He'll describe what the agent did to fill in the hole. We're not sure where the place went. Yeah, just all of it, and lay out the journal and the box for her. And I guess the rod, which was part of the deal, we can also explain what the rod did to Niavara and what it was starting to do, so that she understands that. And then maybe even ask the question, like, is this connected somehow to a spell that you might be, like what are you going to use this rod for, and the ring that we gave him? Is it something useful that it's okay for us to know about, or if it's secret, or what?
All right, you covered a lot of stuff very quickly, one at a
Gotcha.
time. I have DM notes I have to go through.
Sorry.
So, as you are laying out all this information, she turns around and just kind of says, "Dear, getting my journal." At that point, almost as if she was completely unseen,
Ooh, the daughter, huh?
her daughter just appears and nods, just sort of disappears again. So, while she gathers that, I could probably cross-reference some thoughts to your finding. I do partake of knowledge and it's quite useful, especially knowing the tension between the different. Knowing more makes it so it's easier for us to avoid getting caught in their conflict as much as we can.
Do you think the courts had something to do with that entity in the hole and all that? The dungeon?
I have my suspicion, but I didn't cross-reference some.
It was crazy in there. Powerful necromancy going on.
Yes, that is what is strange. Necromancy. Of all of the schools of magic it could have been, necromancy.
We were starting to wonder if maybe this entity we defeated, spectral entity, was projecting things from our own eyes out into its environment, and that maybe we weren't even seeing what was really there as well. So we're not sure if we can even trust what we were seeing.
Even if your wounds were very real, could you trust those?
We could trust that, sure. But statues were changing, like, faces and images kept projecting in our minds. We heard the names of gods when we attacked it, being projected into our minds. So it was not only necromancy, but some kind of psychic attacks on us.
She sighs for a moment. Seems, she lowers her eyes for a second, just like deep in thought. Well, in a location with that much potency, I'd only imagine there's a lot of players sticking their hands in the pot, as it were.
That is essentially what the entity told us, that it was hungry. Hungry for that arcane power that was floating around the place constantly.
That's what I had feared. And there's definitely like an exacerbated sigh. And especially so you lay out the objects
Yeah.
and you were asking something about them.
Well, we were just so we laid out the box with the jars in them. We laid out the journal. We lay out the rod, and we point out that the rod was affecting Niavara, and we know this was part of the deal to hand it over to her. Is it useful for something? That is it part of the journey? For he just wants to know if she'll answer about what its purpose is. The rod or not. If she's evasive about it, he won't push it.
He moseys over to Niavara. And just
Niavara will
go ahead.
sort of stare up or down and be like, okay, hi.
Without words, she just kind of stares into your eyes like she's searching for something.
Whoa.
Niavara will meet her gaze, but she's also visibly unnerved.
Jeez, get the room, you two. God, take it easy.
I see it hasn't taken effect on you. Perfect. I got you out of there in time then.
And she'll be like, what do you mean?
Oh. I mean, guess you wouldn't have known.
Lady Miriam, did you send that? Did
The
you send that
mouths?
vision to Niavara?
No, I saved her from it those entities consume you in your dreams.
Ooh.
The ever-hungering void, mouths without end, flesh without mind or thought. They only hunger. They only know.
That just gave me chills.
Shere Khan, his divine influence I've never particularly enjoyed, I suppose. But I guess thank you. Were you the ones that was like trying to drag me away like by my dress?
Yes.
Oh.
Ah, so someone did rip my dress, and that's annoying.
Apologies. And she bows her head.
She wipes down the dress like a little bit protectively, and she's like, I thank you. I don't disagree that the hungering of the thing was rather noticeable. Removing my ability to cast one of my divinely radiant spells is pretty unfortunate when you're going up against the undead.
I detected, and more so I had a hunch of what that rod actually could do.
So
And
was it
so-
helping us but also hurting us? Like, what was?
Once you use it, it is like giving it a taste. And once you give it a taste, it hungers for more and more. It will
Ugh.
take and take until there's nothing left. That's what I was worried about. But you seem to have a plan. Not go against that.
I mean, I don't think we could have gone in there without it, though. There was so much arcane force; it was transforming us.
correct. And we did need to go in there for answers. We got them. Maybe at potential cost to me, but like, what's new? And she does
really-
pick it out of her pack, and she's like, "We are done with it. I am done with it now. I don't plan on giving anything else for me to eat."
And we're really not sure if we faced Marn at all in there, if it was something totally different. And he kind of, aims his eyes toward the creepy box.
So if Nivar offers up the rod, he'll take it.
Yep, Nevar does not want it. It is eating. It ate her. He does not like it. But no, I do believe that Shaw is correct, and it sounds like you have your own suspicions about what was in there. I would love some what's the word? Guidance on what you think what we were actually facing.
Which
Here.
wonderful timing on that. As Rosa approaches with a pretty thick looking tome, and she carries it up to Miriam and hands it to her. And they kind of do like a trade. And, Miriam looks to Rosa. Close of this immediately. Rosa nods.
What was the thing? Alive or something? Like, I think there was a monster in there or something?
Sounds like it.
Ugh.
I don't know if it was a monster trapped in it, or if a monster it as a conduit.
Oh.
But at
Maybe
the
that
end of
thing
the
we
day,
fought.
it has no place being here. Realms only brings. And then she'll look to the box with the fleshy bits.
Yeah, be careful with that one. There were creepy spectral hands that shot out of it when we opened it.
Yes, I'm not fond of them at all.
And Cha will
Fun
describe
hands.
what we saw when we first opened it, and then what it changed into, which was the creepy mouths stuff.
And at this point, she has taken the tome that she was given and releases it and just kind of hovers there. It stays within her vicinity, but it's open. And it's just flipping through pages as she seems like she's reading it and maintaining conversation with you.
Cool.
Well, what you have there was physical prisoners? Best way to put it. Small pieces of a greater beast. I'm sure, Iavara, you've seen this in a much larger form. It sounds to me like that location is utilizing primal magic. But doing so can be very dangerous, especially depending on who manipulates it and drives it to a particular school. For example, if you have access to every school of magic, but you want it to be necromantic, an area of that potency would have quite a bit of prowess. And the same could be said for any creature that would that would have the knowledge and capability of manipulating it. The magic itself has no bias. Those who touch it influence. So you must have stumbled into someone's search location. I, as a researcher myself, can definitely put those pieces together at least. I would probably say it would be best to dispose of those gibbering mouths, or they grow into something far greater that you probably won't want to deal with. That would be my suggestion to you.
Is there a way to do that? Like, special way?
Well, you
Do we just smash them?
take them out of their jaws and slash them as. While, yes, they are pieces of a greater whole, does not mean you cannot cauterize a wound or remove a limb or a mouth. It has billions, but can be.
Billions? Is that like more than thousands?
Imagine every person that has ever lived, and then multiply that by thousands, hundreds of thousands. As far as my research knows, it's endless.
Cha's tail flicks and shudders.
And then
The
she,
hell is it?
well, like I said, there are many creatures that exist between realms. There are creatures that exist outside of realm. There are some that are just, I wouldn't say malicious by nature. I mean, for the fly, the spider would be evil. For the spider, the fly is just food. That's all this thing is. It hungers for magic. it hungers, and it will seek to consume whatever it can. And then she'll look to Zed, and there's like a faint smile. Glad to see you're doing well.
Zed just gives a polite nod.
Okay, so you did. So you gave her the rod, the box. What else was it?
The journal.
The
The
journal
journal.
with the writing that the beholder could see.
Let's see. The journal that say everything all the writing disappeared.
Right. So there was a description of basically what you said. It was like research notes, kind of, about whoever had that place. Seems like what you said, maybe that it was occupied by something else, not the original occupant of the dungeon. Um, but we found this journal, and then the next day it was blank. And then I wrote in it in my own blood. I couldn't think of anything else to write in it to see if it would disappear also, and it did. It seems like there's something fishy going on with it. Maybe the writing is invisible. We can't see it now, but it's still there.
So she'll take the journal and open it. And there's this like moment where she holds it in one hand and this other like journal is floating next to her, like slowly flipping through pages. And for her other hand, I had to cough. Her other hand just barely grazes over it, and you see the pages start to flip, and in the process, words, images, shapes start to appear as if she's dispelling something.
As this is happening, Zed's gonna look over at Cha with maybe a slight. He's trying to get Cha's attention and not be too over the top. And in their specific um, secret handshake language, he's gonna say, "I, you think that beholder is a spy?"
Cha tries to not let his facial expression change at all, but maybe there's a little bead of perspiration, and he's like, maybe.
Zed'll kind of give a nod to suggest like we're gonna have to talk about this.
Right. Wow. I guess he'll respond back a little bit briefly, like, should we tell her we showed him the book?
I think like Zed's not against it. He's just you could just kind of see he's concerned. He's just like shrugs a little.
I don't see why we wouldn't. If we're putting all our cards on the table for her, we probably should. Cha will step forward and say, just a full disclosure, Lady Miriam. We showed this to the the uh, the owner of the magic shop in town to see if they could spot any magic in it. Um, we're sorry if that causes any problems, but we just wanted to know if it was just a trick or if we had been psychically shown images that weren't there. He seemed to say that it was just a book that would make whatever writing you put in it disappear. But you're revealing writing right there, so I guess he was not being truthful with us.
She quirks a brow. Well, I highly doubt he'd be able to comprehend these notes. Very comprehend. And I suppose the best way to put it is, know you know. I highly doubt he could put together what's in here. Reproducing it is even more complicated.
What's it? What does it want to What could be reproduced from it?
Well, attempts to reproduce. How to manipulate primal magic.
Ah,
Which I'd imagine would be quite the useful trade secret
hmm.
if he had the knowledge to utilize the information.
Well, we let him know we were going to show it to you, so and he backed right off from wanting it, but he seemed very interested till we said we were going to show it to you.
Well, and he, giggles a little bit. I can't blame anybody for curiosity.
Is this being trustworthy, or should we not show them things in the future? To your knowledge.
As far as I know, he's trustworthy, albeit a little. Guess you would call it slimy at times, but that's the nature of that business, I suppose. I'm no merchant. I couldn't say that that's something I'm particularly adept at. But as somebody who revels in the arcane, I'm sure if he had any glimpse of information that would help him in his endeavors, then why not, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this information is, well, this research is, there's a lot of pieces missing that unless you've spent several lifetimes, there's a lot of gaps that just don't make sense.
Hmm.
So is this journal something that you're going to be looking to keep?
Good question.
Did you say lifetimes? Have you had multiple lifetimes?
He smiles at Shaw.
Whoa.
You know, it's somewhat rude to ask a lady her age.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Uh, well, it appears that you are ageless, my lady.
However, it would be wise to either dispose of this or store it away in a safe location.
It's not
But it
got
is yours
words.
after all, so the decision would be yours to make. I'm not here to take anything.
Like, I guess my thought was that if it could teach some sort of manipulation of primal magic or something like that, we've got a few here that are quite magically inclined. Would they be able to learn something from that?
I'll suppose I should iterate several lifetimes and put a lot of this information together.
Hmm.
But I am very aware that there is a lot of people out there who would want this information.
Hmm.
And knowledge is unbiased, but very powerful and very dangerous, depending on whose hands they get in.
If you had this book in your tomes, could it help you protect Zareth and keep the court's battles and what we found in that dungeon from infesting the city? Would it be a benefit to you and to the people of Zareth?
It's possible. A good question. It's possible.
Well, I guess we could put the question to the rest of the group. Do you guys want to hold on to this thing, or maybe let Lady Miriam potentially use it to benefit the city?
Is there any information? Are you able to uncover, Lady Miriam, the different layers of writing that's been in there and have an idea of what's been hidden?
What's hidden? What's hidden is knowledge of how to force primal magics into a singular focus.
Primal magic. You'll
Raw,
also find an infernal word in there written in blood that says balderdash, just for reference. It'll probably look different than the writing that's already in there, so you'll spot it easily.
That sounds like something we don't want out and about for just anybody to use, I'd imagine.
nothing written in blood.
Oh, really? Chaw's gonna flip through it to the page that he wrote in, or what he thought that he wrote in.
Just a bunch of words and languages you probably don't even understand. A bunch of like drawings of like circles and diagrams and like graphs, and there's a whole bunch of like imagine being a kid walking into a laboratory. Like you have no idea what this stuff means. It's in front of you. It's tangible, but
Oh man,
it's
like
just
algebra
a bunch of
class.
stuff. Yeah, imagine being like 4 years old and they're trying to teach you trigonometry.
Whoa.
Well, if it's beyond our comprehension and it's potentially dangerous to have in the hands of these powerful fiends that seem to roam this land, then maybe it would be smart to entrust it to Lady Miriam's keeping. If she'll have it.
Oh, you put too much trust in me, Kozik. And she bows.
Perhaps.
It's great to hear you say that, Kozik.
I feel that it would be immoral to sell it to some party that might not make sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
You've dealt pretty squarely with us, Lady Miriam. We know that you could do profound and dangerous things with this potentially, but you've been good to us. So we might be able to trust you with it. As long as you don't hurt anybody with it, if you'd swear not to. Unless it's for the protection of the realm, I suppose.
Damn it, coughing. Ooh,
And
sorry, I
I'm
had to
pretty
cough.
convinced that we don't want either of the courts to get their hands on it, so I'm pretty happy with Lady Miriam having it.
Ah, yes, the courts. So, to your question before about the courts and what have you, and the whole hands and all of that, would be remiss to say I have suspicion of who or what that might have been.
Hmm.
And she sighs.
Do tell, lady.
Well, there was a time before the court, before the squabbling, before the sibling rivalry, before the constant fighting, there was less order. And, well, we had thought that many of those entities since vanished. But what you describe worry a little. The fact that there was necromancy there, that is odd. But, and she holds up her hands. We are in the Feywild, so expect the unexpected.
Have you got an idea, Lady Miriam, where the entire place disappeared to when the hands came out and took it away?
Good question.
That I tell you. Wherever it is, it's beyond my reach. So there's at least that. But the concern is that it can be in one of the other courts' territory. And
Would it stay within the realm of the Feywild, or is this something beyond this realm as well, possibly?
as far as I know, they were born of the Feywild, so I can only imagine it would stay within the realm of the wilds.
So you can't see into the courts? Is that what you're saying? If it went into the courts, you can't see over there.
She shakes her head. My focus is to my people. Hey, this is my territory.
Right.
Freedom away from their squabbling, away from their fighting. I just got tired of it.
One can hardly blame you, my lady.
I hear that.
But make no mistake, if they act on Zareth, any of my people, then I will retaliate.
Well, that's fair. I mean, it was pretty close to your realm. I don't think that was a coincidence. We may run into this dungeon again, or those who made it. If we do, we certainly let you know what they're doing or up to.
Well, that would be most useful information. Account that those crystals, I have a feeling those were a very important source of that disturbance. As I've only had very little time to research it. And then she looks over to Zed. I only had a small piece to really work with.
We
Oh, yes, and Zed, I did indeed hear your call. I did what I could.
Cool.
Oh, and how is the little one doing? Doing well, I hope?
oh I at the Lofty Highborn with Miss Tiffany.
Perhaps I can see them.
That'd be incredible.
You'd love them. Little one is adorable.
Curious to see how he's doing after that. That's not every day that a creature like that can be trapped in someone's mind.
Yeah,
Little one's been through some serious shit since we found him.
gonna say I do still worry about him, but I'm just glad to have him with us.
She smiles and nods.
Lady Miriam, I'm just wondering if there's anything else that we might be able to do to help you.
As of right now, there's nothing on the edge.
Well, we we potentially have some work to take care of. We're not sure how long we were going to spend in this realm, but we would definitely love any updates on what Marn is up to if you have any of them. And we might go exploring. So we really appreciate Zareth, what you're doing here.
Like speaking of exploring, so the flying ships that are around here is. Do you know where we could maybe find one, or even how they work? I'm quite good at sailing ships, but that's more seafaring.
Well, we are in a while, so flying ships are somewhat inefficient compared to the fairy circles. I'd imagine there's not really a lot.
Maybe that's why they crash all the time when they get here.
Hey,
I
Ray.
guess in all honesty, Lady Miriam, we're attempting to reach the astral plane at some point and attempt a rescue operation for some comrades there, potentially. That's why we're asking about the ship.
Perhaps King. I get the. You know, your beholder friend, quote unquote, his assistant probably knows a lot more of that stuff. Whenever I have interacted with her, she seems very knowledgeable. Standoff.
When you say that stuff, do you mean fairy circles and the way to transport?
General means of transportation.
Mm-hmm. That's most useful, thank you.
Right. We'll check with her. We met her as well. Yeah,
Not so
not many
talkative.
words. But we're going to attempt to help clear monsters from your realm and help people along, protect some people on an escort mission, possibly. Things like that. We've taken a liking to Zareth. We might try to do some good things for its benefit.
Beautiful.
And Lady Miriam, as a native of the Feywild, I've got to say how much I appreciate your stance of neutrality and your helping people get away from the courts. But it's a right mess, and I've got to say I appreciate you so much.
Yes. Speaking of she looks over to Kozik.
Mm-hmm.
You been lately?
It's a loaded question.
How have I been, my lady? I don't quite know how to answer that.
Any Doc whispering?
You mean more than
Any-
usual? No. But how I did experience something strange in the terror dungeon that we escaped from was every time I would use some of my minor magic and dispatch some sort of ghoulie that was coming at us, I would feel a sort of absorption of their magic energy. Something almost was being sucked into my being.
Oh,
Does that mean anything to you?
you have definitely caught her full attention as her daughter as well.
Oh, well,
Go on.
I feel like also maybe I felt like there was a sense of satisfaction that occurred when this happened. If not by me, but by a presence that was close to me. It was a highly strange feeling. But I did not feel any ill effects.
Rosa moseys up to you and just kind of like looks you over.
I'm intimidated.
And Rosa has not
try
said
not
a
to show it.
word.
Yeah.
Get the image for those who may have forgotten.
Out of character, I'm very surprised that Kozik shared that. That's very intriguing, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Maybe not
Very
his smartest move,
interesting.
but it tracks.
That's
It's
I'm
interesting
Dwarf
though.
Washington. I can't tell a lie.
It's so tough. It's such an interesting dichotomy. He's good and he's noble and he's honest and he has this dark matron. It's like the wrestling match between good and evil is so palpable in Kozik. It's really fascinating.
Niavara is side-eyeing Rosa as she passes by. Like, how old is Rosa? Like, she's not said anything, but like, what's the vibe that Niavara gets off her?
Give me an
Right.
insight.
And Sari is so drawn to her every time she sees her. She's just like
She's just a
something
young
about her.
350. That's all.
350.
350.
Yeah,
350.
She's got kind of a K-pop vibe. I don't know.
she
For
reminds me
sure.
of Gumi from Vocaloid. Every
Yeah,
single time I see her.
she's got some Vocaloid.
So with an 18 insight,
How do we do an insight check on this new with this new?
It's the same as the old one. You just
Is
click
it?
on the skill, like the name of the skill, and click
Oh,
it.
you okay? The other one had a little thingy. Okay, thank you.
Of course.
okay, just 12.
That's
But
not
with an
helpful.
18, she's probably very old, but
Mm.
she look like physically, she looks young. Like imagine just
Like
about any
16.
anime girl. That's like they look like they're 16 years old and they're like thousands of years old. You get that vibe. And with a 12, I mean, as a half elf, I mean, elves can live a very long time, and you get a feeling that she's probably older than that. Yeah, so Rosa boseys up to Kozik and just kind of stares him down.
I don't know if I need to be stared down. I'm already averting my eyes.
It's not like she's trying to intimidate. Maybe that's just how
Okay.
it comes off as. She's being very perceptive, like looking you in the face, like looking at your
Examine.
beard, like looking at your body movement, like she's observing with extreme intent.
I kind of stand up as straight as I can and adjust my boutonniere, such as it is.
You haven't shared about your matron with Lady Miriam at all, huh? That hasn't happened.
I thought I just assumed she knows. I guess I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I don't know if she knows.
Well, so long as whatever entity it is disrupting any. Suppose there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
It was it absorbing? Child's looking at Kozik like she was absorbing. You were absorbing some of the energy in there, and it felt good.
Well, I don't know about feeling good, but it
I mean, you
was.
said satisfying.
I
Like,
was absorbing it. Well, you sometimes get a thought in the back of your head that maybe it's a good thing. But I didn't feel I didn't feel
Wow.
I didn't feel like Niavara felt, where she was sapped of her strength.
I know. I mean,
What-
we had nothing but problems with that red mist. It's fascinating that you were kind of satisfied by it.
It's almost concerning.
I like how your accent just disappeared right there. It's almost
Warlocks.
concerning.
That was OC. Sorry, that was meant to be OC.
Niavara
Well,
will
the lady
shrug with
herself-
one shoulder.
The lady herself just said that it was nothing to worry about. So
Okay.
Right, she
Nothing
also
to worry
said she's-
about. It's
She's got a bit of a blind spot in relation to the courts too. So
Oh,
speaking
interesting.
of nothing to worry about, and it's obviously it's nothing, but that beholder fella at the Shimmering Scales was seemingly quite fond about my my armor here, saying there's some sort of magical properties, but wouldn't necessarily divulge what. And well, more or less, last time this sort of thing happened, Shaw almost lost a finger, so I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to feel about it.
Well, to be There, that chunk of metal. Scrying on some degree,
Oh.
helping get the one back.
Oh, that's good to know. So
And I
so
will
it
say
was
he is
connected to
quite
Marn?
deceptive.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there's nothing cursed or anything about, what I'm wearing.
Rosa takes her eyes off of Kozik and looks at Zed and just shakes her head. Gotta seems
So
That's
that
assuring.
answers one of my questions then. What was that dungeon connected to Marn? Was this if that piece of metal had something to do with him?
the piece of metal was infused with magic.
Oh.
To those who might be could utilize it to power spells.
I see. Gotcha. That's terrific. It's great to hear it was used to help. Is he still evading you, or do you have any idea where he is yet?
Thing we were able to scry, or apparently he caught on, was his lair, hovel, cave. And then she describes the exact same cave that Zed and Kozik would remember. The torture
Ooh.
chamber.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
Zed'll
eerie.
probably shudder a little bit. I've seen that.
Well, the efforts quite elusive. Is considering takes someone very skilled able to elude scrying techniques as help.
Hmm. He seems
Would it
dead
make a
set
difference?
that's on Zed that he took something from him. We don't even know what that is.
Which means he hasn't played all his cards yet.
Would it make a difference if they were maybe traveling between realms or planes? Because I feel like, and I'm not entirely certain, and it might not have been them specifically, but at least from what I remember, there was a very similar looking figure, if it wasn't the same, that was the one that actually took me from the material plane to the Underdark, where I met most of these folks here.
I've only recently learned of this character.
He's definitely got something going on with necromancy as well. It appears.
But there are a lot of things that utilize necromancy.
Mhm.
It's like there are a lot of evil wizards that utilize evocation.
Right.
Well, like I said, we continue our efforts to track him, but he is being very elusive.
We truly appreciate all your help. And your daughter. Cha nods to Rosa as well, realizing that he's flanked by these two horrifically ancient and powerful creatures.
Which brings up another very good point. Sorry, Oath of the Ancients.
Yes. What am I missing?
Oh, just food for thought. Very ancient creatures.
Hmm.
Well, I guess yours is more for spirits than.
No, it isn't. Well, I mean, yes, but no. Well, like I keep saying, I keep looking at Rosa. Sorry keeps looking at Rosa like just glued every time she sees her, and there's something, and it's like her mind goes blank, and there's this huge draw, but she can't think any thought about what it might be. Her mind just goes blank. She just locks onto her, and she doesn't know what it is or why or what she senses. And her mind just goes blank both times she's met her. She doesn't have the same experience with Lady Miriam, but for some reason with Rosa, she does. But I suspect Lady Miriam's been able to. She's worked harder on appearing more humanoid and normal and of this world and of this time. I don't think Rosa's put as much effort into that. And so it just grabs Sari more that she is very different and very ancient, like you say.
And she is not afraid to be that way. Well, good to see you made it back. Good to have this information. I'm glad the rod did not consume your soul.
For sure. We were very happy to help you and the realm of Zareth. And please let us know if there's anything else we can assist with. By the way, we have a correspondence cupboard over at the Lofty Highboard. But we know you can communicate psychically too. But just so you know.
That's
Well,
so cute. By the way,
I can utilize Miss Tamara. It gives her something to do.
we love interacting with her too.
Otherwise, stuck in her office, I suppose.
She's incredibly sneaky.
Why she's incredibly.
Mm-hmm.
Rosa looks at Sari, who's just like staring at her. She tilts her head, just like she doesn't narrow her eyes or anything. She's just staring at you, and it's almost like soul piercing.
yeah, and it's not bothering Sari at all. There's something there that's just transcending the whole thing in the room.
And she just like waves her hand in front of your face, like just to see if you're conscious.
Rosa does?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, we're connecting deeply in the ancient realms, man.
Niavara snorts. Found a new religion.
No, Sari can really sense that ancient energy just rolling off her. She hasn't felt that since there's some beings that she met with her mentor, a long time ago, but this is the first person that feels this ancient that she's been around for many years, and she's just drawn.
Rosa just kind of shrugs.
Magic.
Well,
Shrugs. Man, what a letdown.
It probably takes a few more 100 years for them to learn social interaction.
like she waved her hand in front of you. You didn't respond. She was like, "Oh, okay."
Milady,
Take
I'd
that
love
hand.
to.
Take it. Take the hand.
Milady, I'd love to spend some time with you if you've got some time while we're still here.
Let's see how. She just kind of shakes her head, but bows gracefully.
I assume you mean shakes her head in the nope direction
Correct.
after the butt bows gracefully. Okay. Sorry bows back to her and backs away and gives her some space.
And then she just kind of pokes Kozik on the shoulder just to see what happens.
I can't help but flinch a little bit.
It's that scene in Ghostbusters where Egon like pushes that random guy in the hallway to make sure he's not a ghost.
It's like, oh, he's alive.
And it's basically seeing, observing the results, she heads back.
There it is.
Niavara's eyes follow her as she like walks around the group. She's like,
Not a single word uttered from Rosa.
Nope.
Cha finally takes a breath in after watching how close Rosa was getting up in his friends' faces. He's like, "Whew. Lady Miriam, what's your daughter so interested in? Why didn't she ever speak?" Okay, sure.
Plus, she can be a
Well,
stubborn child. And she smiles, born after her own mother.
well, you're very graceful and sociable with us.
Well, somebody has to be, otherwise, if I left her in charge, things would fall to shambles.
Yeah.
And you can just sort of hear a snort in the background.
is the snort from Rosa or is it from the
From Rosa.
butler?
From Rosa.
Oh.
We know your time is precious. Thank you for sharing it with us. And we're glad we could be of assistance to you. Call on us anytime.
Sure, come up anytime. There's always something around here. Always something. That's for sure. And there's like a little bit of a sigh.
Right. You've taken the path less trod, creating this place. Sure, a lot of people are frustrated and angry about it. It's having you not pick a side.
Some people are glad.
Absolutely.
Imagine someone like me having chosen a side definitely bolstered someone. But,
Right.
you know, family squabbles, get over it. You let them hash it out. Let them punch each other in the face for a bit. Let them fight in the garden. And when it's all said and done, at the cost of however many lives that they throw away at their own beliefs, then they'll hopefully. But until then, I'd rather not.
Hmm.
I completely understand that, lady.
But with that, suppose I.
Oh, we love your palace. It's very intriguing. I like that cool little magical safe room you create around us.
Yes, it's my own idea. I figured people would want safety from prying eyes and ears. I mean, you've met Miss Tamara.
Met her. Have we as a party collectively learned from her yet? Probably not.
I don't know best teacher unless you want to learn how to smoke several cigars at once.
Yes, and the depths of sarcasm.
Huh.
I think we've got that covered. Not the smoking part. The sarcasm part, definitely.
Sure.
And she
Lady Miriam,
bows.
do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite candy?
I actually
I'm pulling Shaw's arm. Come on.
don't
No, just for
think
next time. Oh, okay. Nothing.
That's
Wow.
funny. Sad, but funny.
Intriguing. Okay, well, do you have a favorite present? Like flower or like
the gift that my
animal?
people are knowledge that safe.
Oh, well, we're definitely helping with that. Okay, then. We'll bring you some of that next time we come.
Bottled
Opal will just
securities.
pat Cha on the shoulder and just go, "My favorite candy is rock candy."
Oh, good to know.
Oh, Kozik. He stops and turns. And she beckons Kozik over.
Hmm.
Oh, yes?
The
And she
party.
kind of looks at Zed, just sort of standing there.
Do they need privacy?
You don't
Everybody
mind?
goes back.
We're all like, wait a minute,
We all
what's going to happen?
float back toward him.
Take a
Just
few
ignore us.
meaningful steps. Like we're all friends.
We're all friends here.
Niavara.
May they also not hear?
Well, I figure this conversation would be best between. And if you
Jeez,
wish
you
to tell
guys
your
give them
friends,
privacy.
All right.
Goodness.
Come on, Yavar.
Here, we'll just gossip about Kozik while he's over there, okay?
Would it be
Chipper,
best
chipper,
if we
chipper, 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 chipper.
Moses is back.
so you kind of see Miriam and Rosa simultaneously just kind of mosey up to Kozik. And Miriam verbally says, have you told Patriots of your
Of course.
There's a sigh of relief.
Oh.
So, know what happened to her historically?
Well, I know that at some point in the past, she was in possession of the Black Diamond, and at some point she lost her form that was once so beautiful, and I guess can now sometimes is now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know as deeply as I'd like.
And at this point, her lips are moving, but the words are heard in your head.
Hmm.
So, no. So you only know of she having lost her, but you know nothing of her gaining it.
Ooh.
I know sometimes she appears to me as a very beautiful woman. Well,
It's
you may, compared to you, it's really hard to say, but I am partial to her.
So, so it sounds like you're unaware that she has already regained her,
Oh,
which is why
Wow.
I'm curious as to
intriguing.
why your patron would be siphoning this. Said you get a sense of satisfaction, like a pat on the
yeah,
back.
I guess something like that. Something like an internal voice of praise, if you will. And yes, I think that would be accurate.
So then you would know she's looking diamond.
Well, yes, I mean, I've been told to seek for it.
Then suppose information to relate to you. Or the question would be, why would she that destroyed her body? She's already regained her body.
Ooh.
Hmm. Well, that is a rather deep question. Well, I guess these kind of things are beyond my realm. She must have her reasons.
At this point, you hear another voice in your head. Definitely not Miriam, but definitely feminine.
Ooh.
So it's either revenge or she wants to destroy it before it happens to somebody else. Wonderful, wonderful. That's just what we need. Isn't that right, Mother?
Oh.
Oh, it's Rose's voice.
Well, all I can say is exercise. Seems like you've already pledged yourself to her. Not all in the Fae as straight as I am.
seems not.
I'm
But
certain
yes,
you're going to come
go ahead.
across the other courts, and perhaps that will give perspective on. I hope that gives you more perspective on. I only have outdated info at this point. Basically, since I made my decision to not be in that particular seat of power, let's just say I've kind of cut ties with the, and she like holds up her fingers and does like the in quotations, but there's no words no audible words. Family.
Uh-huh.
But if you do find said diamond, just be very careful with it. If it had the power to destroy an archfey, I could only imagine what it would do to mortal hands.
I guess I never considered how dangerous it might be even just to be in its presence. That is concerning.
Yes. But you said she hasn't tried any ill will in my domain, so nothing I have to act against.
Well, may it stay that way, my lady. And I give a bow.
She also bows. He is hoping to mess with.
Ooh.
Just say me and her
I
had a
nod and I
couple of.
kind
Let's just say me and her had a couple of arm wrestling matches in the past.
And I suppose you were the victor.
Just smile.
Fascinating.
And yeah, I take 2 steps back without turning around before I
She bows.
take my leave here. Bow, bow. All right, shall we go?
Are you okay, buddy?
What the heck was that about?
Oh,
Yeah.
never better. You know, Lady Miriam is a very wise and powerful lady, isn't she?
I've been saying it.
It seems so, yeah. She's dealt with us pretty sweetly.
I'll leave the
And
good
Surprisingly.
aligned evaluations to those who have more familiarity with the area.
by the way,
Yeah.
ooh, sorry. At this point,
Yeah.
like the room, it changed back to its normal. As they started heading back.
Whoa, cool.
She asked me about the black diamond, and she just said to be careful if we ever
Put them there
actually
in case
get on
they.
its trail.
She knows about it.
Oh, everybody knows about it. That's
Yeah,
something
I
to
think it's
stay away
famous.
from.
Oh, really? I'd never heard about it before Kozik started
Mm.
telling us about it.
Oh, in the Fey realm, everybody knows because that's what ended up separating the two sisters.
Oh. Huh.
It's definitely news to me.
Did Lady Miriam have dealings with your lady?
Yeah, she said they arm wrestled in the past. If you can believe that.
That might be figurative or literal, I guess.
It's hard to tell with these Fae folk, but she seems pretty powerful.
What is her opinion of your lady? She knows about her?
Oh, they have met. They're
Huh.
they're of the same clan, if you will. But
Whoa. You should ask your lady what she thinks of Lady Miriam.
Only good things, I'm sure.
that would be interesting. I'll have to keep that in
Right.
mind.
Wow, I wonder if like
Because he would have
you are like a servant or compatriot of your lady. I wonder if Lady
been
Miriam
there
has people that are like,
for all that
she's a
conversation
patron
at
of them.
dining hall.
Well, I wonder. If so, they're probably all around us and we don't even know.
Oh, good point. This place could be filled with them.
Where's this churlish
Wow.
pickle man that we were so...
Oh,
I think we lost
I
Niavara.
love the
Are you
pickle
awake,
guy.
Niavara?
Yep, just quiet.
Oh, you're way back in the hall. Come on ahead.
Ah,
You
distracted.
You summoned the pickle elemental.
Oh my god, there it is.
Well, Monsieur Pickle, what say you?
What?
Monsieur Pickle.
He's a big dill.
Can I
Monsieur
pick your
Pickle.
brain?
Wow.
Are
Can
you
we
making
pick
jokes?
your
Are
brain
you
for a
are you
minute?
thinking you're funny? Are you think you're funny, huh? Just because I'm a pickle, I can walk and can talk, and I have a single eyebrow. Is that supposed to be a joke or something?
If we took a bite out of you, would it hurt and would it grow back? Because
It would hurt you. Because I'm gonna make sure I go through your system and kick everything inside.
Cha,
Okay.
imagine if somebody
We'll
took
take
a bite out of you.
I'm sure I would be delicious.
It would hurt you, buddy.
I would
I'm
be
gonna
like silky.
I'll make sure as I'm going through, I'll kick every organ, and when I'm coming out the other side, I'm gonna make sure I kick that too.
Okay,
I swear.
Let us stop
I promise I won't
harassing
eat
the,
you.
He's got a real tight lid, guys. Come on, let him off.
Quit harassing
you're-
the vegetables.
You're cool. We only do that to our friends. You should have seen the trick we tried to play on our friend Sari
Oh.
earlier today.
Don't worry, Mr. Pickle, we're only going the same direction as you. We're not following you.
Oh my god, there's a
Oh.
big piece
Oh,
of armor.
hey there.
What's this big
Hey
mess
there,
here?
buddy.
is that a
Yeah.
Warforged?
As you're making your way through the hallway, it's currently filled. There's a goblin and this little goblin and a kobold, and they're kind of tinkering with this huge suit of armor.
Whoa.
Dang.
Sorry,
And
Birdie.
as you walk up to it, they're like, sorry, just give us a minute. We'll be out of your way in a second. Just finishing up, fixing things here.
Hmm.
I think it needs a new distributor cap.
A new rotor
The-
bug.
So wait, it's messed up in some way. Could I potentially do an investigation check
Oh, there you
or
go,
an Arcana
yeah.
check of some kind to see if what's exactly wrong with it?
Artificer.
Arcana.
Yeah, we've got
Gotcha.
an artificer and a blacksmith.
That's a 19.
Hey. Nice.
With a 19, that is no simple suit of armor. Because as you start talking to it, or talking it, missing somebody,
At yeah.
or did somebody stack it? Or probably stacked a token and up someone else. Child disappeared.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, he was under Opal.
Be there.
She's sitting on his shoulders to get a better look at the thing.
Strength check now.
So with your Arcana, that
Mhm.
is no. So the make and the model, you'd ascertain that that's a great strength saving throw. You would ascertain. Not sure what
Yeah.
your strength saving. That this is based on the model a shield guardian.
Ooh.
However, there's sentience behind it.
Oh.
Cool.
Whereas normally a shield guardian would just be, a mindless automaton or a construct. this entity hits home more than you probably expected. You get a feeling that there is an actual soul in this thing. Because as it's being worked on and you guys are talking at it, it seems to be acknowledging your existence. And
Alphonse?
as you investigate it, it seems to be investigating you.
Haha, clever.
Apologies, I do know that this is probably uncomfortable for you.
Nope, it's
But
perfectly all right.
Does this guy say that?
Yep.
But now, is there a specific issue with it that Opal could potentially assist with?
Just a couple of squeaky joints,
Gotcha.
a couple of bent plates.
Don't you need a hand?
Yeah, if you need any assistance, I'm an artificer.
I'm a
Have you been in?
blacksmith.
Have you been in a fight, buddy?
Nope.
Verbose.
Nope. Are you all right here with your friends helping you out? Do you need anything else?
Nope.
All right then. We'll move
Leave him
along.
be.
Yeah,
I'm sure that
we'll
my
see.
staring is quite enough for him.
We'll see you around. Maybe we'll
What's
have a
what-
drink at the Lofty Highborn sometime together.
Which way
Yes,
are we going? Are we
catch
going
you
back
next
in here?
time, cousin.
The
Am I in the wrong room? I'm in the wrong room.
No, you're in the right room.
Oh, okay.
Niavara is like eyes emoji, if you will.
I'm assuming the cousin statement was aimed at Opal,
It was.
of course.
keep at it, buddy. You sound
Hmm.
great.
I do love seeing constructs. They are incredible things.
Hey, have you ever built one, Opal?
I have not. At least not yet.
Maybe we can get you to build one.
How do we get out of here?
Niavara
over
pets
here.
the cat.
It purrs, and as you pet it, it wraps like one of the tendrils like around your hand, almost like to pull it close so it could like nuzzle.
Oh, adorable.
The strong
Chop.
desire to pet kitty.
Cha will pull out mittens and lay them on the piano to play with the little kitty cat. See if they get along.
Mittens just licks his non-fleshy balls. You know the thing that cats do when they like lift one leg like all the way up into the sky.
Once
Oh,
alive,
mittens.
always alive, I guess.
Hey, Alan, you want to say hi to the cute little beast here?
Nope.
Oh, come on, don't feed Alan to the displacer.
No, this is
I'm
a peaceful
fine.
kitty. Look, it's a cafe kitty. You know, that could tear your flesh off if it really had
Easily
to.
kill you when you're older.
Do I recognize this beast, or is it just a different? It's just a different displacer beast hanging around.
It's just a
Maybe it's a-
displacer kitten.
Maybe it's
Okay.
a pygmy. Maybe it won't get any bigger. It's like a miniature. God, those were so popular in hell. Little pygmy versions of beasts. Gosh.
Pocket elephant.
Oh, coffee
Right?
hurts throat.
Exactly.
So you guys head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get out of
Nothing
here?
keeping them.
Let's see. So we head out of the building. Once we're
You've
out of
been
the
what?
How do we
building,
get out of here?
Oh, that's the door. What were you saying, Nivara?
Was
Where's
just
the
saying
door?
like nothing left to keep them there.
What was that?
As in
That's
what
a
was
pretty
what?
picture. What did you say?
I said there was nothing left to keep them there
To keep who there?
at the castle, so it's time to go.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Where
Also, Cha, I
Sorry.
I know
Sorry, go
you're
ahead.
not the best at judging certain mortal customs, but I think you would
That's for
understand that
sure.
creating a life is quite the endeavor, especially when it comes to constructs such as Warforged.
Yes, sure. I mean, if you ever had a workshop or something, wouldn't you want to tinker away with something like that?
Of
Yavar
course.
snorts. Are you gonna start asking sorry when she's gonna start having a baby?
Um. Oh, is
Yeah,
that's the kind of
Cha.
question I'm at? Uh,
Cha, what is a construct if not a new life?
uh, uh, uh,
Or were you not thinking about it like that?
Zed is dramatically shining to Cha. Mate, just fucking stop. Just stop while you're
bail,
ahead.
bail,
Oh,
eject,
Nivara
eject.
is smiling like, oh yeah, Opal, I'm sure you would be such a great inventor that you would be happy to make a new construct all on
Oh,
your own.
I am so fine right now. I have many things I want to create before I go into making a new life.
Cha looks at his
I
wrist
learned
where
that from
there's
my father. Raising a child is a pain in the ass.
Cha looks at his wrist where there's no watch and is like, "Oh, I got a thing," and he kind of walks
Oh, it's too
ahead.
bad you can't get away from me, Cha. You will never hear the end of this.
Oh, you're
Niavar is like
back
laughing.
outside.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
so good to
through
be
the court,
outside. I hate being inside for a long time like that.
through the courtyard,
Oh,
back out the gates. Once again, the little bit of water there, and it just works so well. Like the color of the sky and the castle just kind of reflect off the water, and it's such a
it's
almost
beautiful.
Disney-esque.
Oh, much better, much better.
Didn't he?
I have to say, this city's starting to grow on me, and now that I kind of trust the leader, I just
It
feel much more relaxed here.
it is always good to have allies in any plane you end up in.
Well, there you have it. What do you guys feel about that interaction? We sure learned a heck of a lot of stuff. Seems like
Hmm.
it all worked out quite well, to be honest. Giving over the rod, and we can go check in with the magic shop's owner about maybe the astral world. We've got a couple of jobs we could do.
Yeah. Honestly, getting to work might be fun. Getting to work not related to ancient gods is probably going to be nice.
Just doing a regular run-of-the-mill job that's like not going to kill God.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
just
true.
have a demigod to deal with, not a god right now.
Oh, which demigod? Marn?
I mean, whatever he's called, whatever kind of thing he is. Amazing, he's so elusive to a creature of that magnitude up there, right? Like, who is this slimy little sucker? God. Zed, do
A
you even
god
know
in his
why
own
he's
right,
still
most
after you?
likely.
Have you figured it out with all the creepy visions and stuff? Do you even know why he's after you still?
He's led me nothing.
God.
Well, it's fascinating that Lady Miriam saw the same place that Kozik and I saw.
Right.
Because that's
So he's
definitely not where
somewhere.
we were in those ruins.
Right.
No, it must have been in his true realm, which is scary to think that we were there.
So, what realm did it look like? Like, did it like have any sort of identifying features? Was it like the sort of black and white and dullness of the Shadowfell? I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, it was sort of like I don't know, like a classroom with only 2 desks, and we were tied to them. And it was evil.
Classroom?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Before we met you, sorry, these two were briefly
Okay.
kidnapped in the middle of the night by the son of a bitch Marn.
Okay.
Oh, that is
Uh,
creepy.
It was. They were able. It was one of our first nights that we actually spent here in the Feywild, if I remember correctly.
Right?
Oh, right. That tree with the vines. Like sucked you. Man, Sada, you should have seen it. This tree like sucked them up. And then they were suddenly in this other world. Wherever this sucker is.
Another
I'm
realm,
not
it
even sure
sounds
how we
like,
escaped.
Oh, this was your first interaction with Martin?
in person. I think
Oh
there
my
was some stuff
goodness.
before then.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. He's been messing around for a while.
It's been a hellhound on Zed's trail since we met.
Yep. Hence Neovar's thought process, which is like he survived something he was not meant to, Final Destination style.
Right, so if we're gonna do one of these other jobs, what
Sorry.
are you all thinking?
I mean, I'm down. I would like to be in the city tomorrow in order to collect what Tamara gathers on my behalf and to receive my hair color back.
Yeah.
Although the tone of your skin that you made with the hairs is quite striking and subtle.
She
Very
smiles like a
artistic.
little. I do enjoy a good chance to flex my abilities. However,
Right?
I do prefer the white over the blue.
Well, I wouldn't mind having a conversation again with the not the shopkeep per
The
se, but
guild.
the crystal dragon at the shimmering scales.
Right. We want to talk to the dragon about transport.
Mm.
We
I
got to
got
be very careful about that discussion. It'll probably want something in
Right.
trade for any information.
well, and
Can't claim it
also
there.
I will say that when Chaw and I were there, I failed to mention. I asked if they had anything new, and apparently they had just kind of gotten a few new things up on the walls, but we didn't really poke around, so they might
Okay,
have
we
certain
could
things of
window shop
interest.
again. We're good window shoppers there for sure.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
we
we've
are.
never really given them any sort of coin, which is probably really pissing them off at this point.
Right.
I
They
think
love it when we show up.
We have done nothing but benefit from them, and they've gotten nothing from us.
haven't we
Somebody
bought
did
something from them?
somebody did buy something from them, I
Like
believe.
a
It
We
was
magic
Oh,
got a
that's
potion.
sword,
true, right? You got
like
some swords or something,
potions
right?
or some odd, right,
That's
Kozik? I
true.
believe. So
Also,
By
anyway,
the
those are
way,
the
you guys,
I do find it
like
very funny that the joke roll of strength was a natural 20.
I was hoping for a nat one, but he just lifted you right on up. By the way, you guys, I think maybe task number 1 is we like go out into a field or something and smash these fucking jars, like ASAP.
Oh, that's also a good point.
The
We've got to
jars?
destroy these things.
Yes, the jar
Just
filled the jar is filled with organs.
like
Oh,
everybody
right. Oh my
get a
God.
spell
Yeah,
ready.
the ones that
Get your spell
Lady Miriam
ready.
was like, "Ooh, no, I don't want anything to do with those. You need to destroy
Right.
them."
She said we could destroy them, so we crack them open. We blast the shit out of them until there is like nothing left, and then
Do you think we have
maybe we could
Kozik
sell the
Eldritch
box or
blast
something.
them, and so he could absorb all that sort of?
Ugh. Guess. creepy.
I mean, is that a good thing or not? Or are we not sure?
Absorb the
It seemed
power
like
from a being that has billions of eyes and is an infinite, like, gibbering mouth.
he's absorbing stuff. Wait,
Oh no, eyes, just mouths. Oh God. Oof. Well, there's only one way to see. Hey, let's go find a park or something where there aren't too many cops around.
Oh,
stuff
And
on
what
let's
a
announce that proudly to the party so that everyone around, all the cops around us can like be tipped off.
We're the center of government, surrounded by like federal officials.
there are federal agents outside Shaw's room.
So I think that that's order number one, because she said that this thing could grow and suddenly we'd be dealing with something way more, like, way over our heads.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly. So they have the rod and the journal.
Right.
The only
But we
other
have the
thing that we
box.
got was this box of things that she was like, "You got to destroy it." So
So
I
we could
agree.
destroy the stuff, but we could keep the box, and maybe we could trade that with the people at the shop, because
Oh, let's just go have some target practice.
yeah, I like it.
Let's just lay it all out and have a little target practice.
Let's go head out of the city, like out into a field.
Just
Yeah.
OOC roll initiative on some jars full of fucking body parts.
Yeah. Some gibbering mouths. And by the way, we should be
I'm all
away
for it.
from it when we crack it open. Like, maybe you can use your cool little invisible hand and open it, because remember the weird stuff that flew out?
Hey, that's a good idea.
I think we've got a plan here. And then we'll go get drinks.
Sounds like a
Sounds
plan.
like a plan. Damn.
Jinx.
No.
Sounds like a pan. All right. So you guys head outside of Zarth to do this, it sounds like, is the consensus.
Yeah, we're gonna go try to
That's
find
probably
an
a good
open
idea.
field
Yeah.
with outside the city limits. Somewhere where we could set up a little makeshift platform with some rocks or something, or like a wooden stump, and like set the box on top of it, and then
them
we
do
can have
some
Zed crack open the
really
box with
good
his
magic spells on it.
pull out your best stuff, you guys. Let's
That's
destroy
right.
the shit out of these things.
All at the same time.
Oh, this is actually
So-
I like the sound of this. This is gonna be fun.
Is Zed finally
Yeah.
gonna get to use poison spray?
No, there's no
yeah.
chance I'm
Pull
using
out
poison.
the best.
Pull out
Well,
your
that's
best
gonna be
stuff, and
great.
Zed's gonna use
Ready,
the poison
set,
spray. Are
go.
you
All
shit?
at one time.
Opal won't. Opal won't. If we're doing target practice, Opal won't take the fun out of it by using magic missile.
Do it. That's what I
Oh,
was gonna
dude,
do.
we're all gonna
Oh,
do our
magic missile,
biggest
you
and
know what?
baddest all at the same
I'm
time.
using a form of magic missile. Yeah.
I could use my second level shatter. Just
Just
directly
fucking
on
go
them.
OP.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is fun. I don't think we've ever planned something this dramatic with all of our stuff on one thing.
What's it?
I
It's
know,
a
doesn't that sound
stagnant
great?
object, so there's not gonna be the
Right.
attack roll isn't gonna be, unless
Exactly.
the box jumps out of the way somehow.
No,
I mean,
it's
if you're
gonna
using it
sit
for
there and
target
we're gonna-
practice, you can still technically miss. Like, there's, if you put a can on the fence and
Oh,
try
for
and shoot
sure.
at it, you could
Oh,
still
for-
miss the
no,
shot.
Oh yeah.
I agree. I agree.
We're gonna be
I just
setting,
think it's
Nobody
funny
in
as
this
far as,
group
like,
is gonna
nukes.
miss.
We're gonna be setting off nukes outside
we
the
haven't
city
had
here.
like we haven't had an opportunity to just like everyone prime up an attack and just go all at once.
Yeah.
That'd be totally great.
Dude,
All right,
that's
what's
what we're
everyone doing? Because I know what I'm doing.
Shatter.
Okay, yeah, I think Shaw knows
Let's
what he's gonna do.
see.
It would be a perfect opportunity for Thunderwave.
Yes.
I would have to be closer to them, and I don't want to be in the line of fire.
Right, there's like all this ordnance coming in.
Opal is eager to use Thunderwave, but not eager to die.
Oh, come on. What's a little stabbing amongst friends?
What's a little bodily harm amongst friends?
I mean, yes,
If-
that's literally one of the coming of age ceremonies for little Drow. It's
If I
the
critically-
Nadir.
If I critically miss, it's just
Uh,
going to affect me. So that's
yeah.
you're
Okay,
safe.
so
And
Cha is
Niavara,
at the
that is
box.
not something that I don't think the Underdark is a safe place for small children.
Oh my god, you guys! Cha's gonna set up the box on a platform with a rock and a log. He's gonna
Looking at
step
character sheets.
aside, pull out his staff. He's gonna look at everybody else wherever you're lined up.
Well, so Zed's gonna mage hand. He's gonna open the box with a mage hand and like, or I guess get ready to open it as all of these attacks are gonna come in.
Oh, I love this. Everybody, charge up your stuff. Ready? Get ready.
All right, hold on. We gotta.
Oh, are we
let's
doing it
get
right now? Oh, I thought we were gonna do it next time we got together. All right.
Nah, obliterate.
Yeah.
This
All
will-
right, hang
it'll
on,
be
hang
like
on,
the
hang on.
epic ending of the episode where everybody comes down exploding on something.
All right, hang on here.
2 knives.
Okay, wait, guys, how do you? Oh, I remember. Okay, I got this.
All right. Does Niavara have any spells?
Yes.
And oh yeah, what time of the day is it? Is it dusk? Is it
She
like
just likes her
it's kind of-
weapons.
Is it still? It's still pretty daylight. Okay, gotcha.
Wait a minute, why can't I? Ah, there it is.
Oh yeah, no. You sorry.
Yes.
In the roles channel
Yeah.
or chat messages, that's where you go to roll your
Oh, I
damage.
can't put.
Remember.
Sorry,
It's
I keep
fine.
hitting
It's
it.
fine. You're okay.
Sorry about
Okay,
that.
Chaw's gonna walk back over where everybody is. He's gonna look up where the sun is. See where the shadows are pulling back from all of his friends. He's gonna step behind
Okay, wait a minute. Here.
everybody's where their shadows are.
Hmm.
Whenever you're
All
ready,
right.
Zed.
I'm gonna smite
Everybody.
the fuck out of it.
All of them.
Hey, we'll get a long rest after this.
Oh, I
Yeah.
knew he was gonna say
We'll
that.
see. We'll see.
It'll be fine.
We might be
Oh,
attacked in our sleep.
man.
We've used everything on some jars.
All right, forget it. Take back. I'm taking back my spell.
No, do it.
I think
Let's
it's
do the
still
max.
important. Like these things need to be destroyed, and this is a cool group moment. You know.
Yes.
We don't
Obliterate the
we don't want
jars.
any doubt that these things are yeah. All right, here we go.
Dude,
Intermittent
the jars
Five.
have to make us.
Hang on. Wait.
Constitution
I
save.
need help, you guys.
Four.
So I've got my divine. No, wait. I've
Yeah.
I've got my divine
Three.
smite. Oh no, that's after the damage. I'm ready. Okay, go.
2, 1.
Oh. Obliterate them.
They would have to roll a DC 14 con saving throw, or all 3 of them get damaged.
Oh, this is great.
DC 12.
And then we rolling damage too.
Why? Yeah.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not?
So just for effect here, I want you guys to observe that Cha is going to go back from behind all of you, run and
Only 2
jump
get damaged.
into Zed's shadow, absorb into it, teleport through the shadow behind the logs that he set up, burst up out of the top, and come down with his staff and his flurry of blows.
Destroyed.
I hate the fact that Cubed is rolling.
Oh, I
is
needed
this-
3
Right.
con saving throws.
None of those succeed mine.
None of those succeed mine either.
Okay, so I need to roll damage for 3 things, I guess.
Do we get advantage on these because they're totally stationary or
Yeah, just normal.
okay?
Zed had advantage because I used steady aim. I have to scroll so far up to roll my damage.
I love this thing. It's called Jim's Magic Missile. That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's a specialty magic missile.
Roll Jim.
It sounds like a sushi roll.
Why is it
Yeah.
rolling crit? That's weird. You
Eh?
might need to change that cubed.
Oh, how come
I
I can't
mean,
roll
are you hitting the
damage now?
critical hit button?
No, I just hit
Oh, there's the
damage
jam.
on the attack,
Huh.
like on the
there's
spell.
that's why.
2d4, 5d4.
All right, because yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Destroyed.
Damage.
I had a lot of nat ones though.
And finally.
I like to imagine that there's like Lady Miriam's just off enjoying her tea or whatever, and then she just hears a loud explosion as
We just set up
opal
nukes outside
Like,
the
shatter
oh,
goes
building.
off.
it's those people again.
And screaming and laughing.
Yeah, just off in the distance, there's a pillar of
Oh,
smoke
wait
from
a
where
minute.
organs and pots used
A
to be.
nuclear
The highway in the
explosion
first.
in the
1,
Feywild.
2,
I mean, there's nothing left of
It'd
the
be so
jars or the
colorful.
organs.
maximum of 5.
Nice.
Very good
Oh,
job,
I'm
everybody.
supposed to get 5 of those.
How
There's
about
nothing
Wait a
left.
minute.
so how about the box? Did the box survive or is it totally
There's no
obliterated too?
chance.
It's gone. Screw that box.
It was
It
an
was
evil
an evil
box.
box. Yeah.
I
Jinx
feel
you
like
too.
all of us are just
No.
standing in a line, just hands over shoulders. You know,
That felt good, mates. That felt great.
we should
That's
probably
what
put
we're
out this
talking
fire
about.
before it spreads through the entire forest.
Very good.
Well,
Anyone
if you
have any water
recall,
spells
Tharth is in the mountains.
Yeah, I figured it
before
was
this
pretty
fire engulfs the
pretty
mountains?
plainish. It's like a grassy field or something.
What is he gonna say? He's gonna say we did something with his rolling and his
Well,
recalling where we are
these could have
at.
been like horribly evil, monstrous jars that we obliterated. Maybe cursed every one of us for attacking it. Who knows?
Nope.
Oh man, that was fun. Child's just like, oh man, you guys, chocolate milk is on me.
Yes.
Phew. Phenomenal. Look at you go.
You got your flask, Zed.
Oh, aye. Here you go.
Great. Let's get started early.
Pre-gaming, I appreciate it.
That's still got the good stuff.
Oh, you've always got the good stuff, mate. That's great.
Man, look at you all. You've grown in your powers. Impressive.
Just look at the fucking damage numbers and shit and
Yeah,
attacks.
what's the ultimate number?
So what's really funny is
Yeah, let's see.
there's typically a Wednesday game with OOC. And all of their stuff is in the window whenever we start our sessions.
Right?
all right.
And so if they have a session tomorrow,
They're just
they're gonna be
do
like,
this.
oh, they got into some shit. 'Cause all of them are just throwing attacks out of nowhere.
That's good.
Yeah.
We should
Oh, look
sneak
at all
attack
that.
somebody like this and leave nothing behind.
Oh, look at that. See, when we put our minds to something, we could obliterate anyone.
That's
Hmm.
awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically, if we were all waiting behind a door with like a trigger action set, we could do
Oh,
something
yeah.
like this, right?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, that's very true.
Imagine the poor person who has to face all of us consecutively, one after the other, getting
Or
just the
Mr.
bus
Jimmy
destroyed.
Buffett.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful to look back on. We blew the
reduced
shit
to
out of that
atoms.
thing.
It is.
Wow.
That's a thing of beauty.
The rock and the log are gone.
Oh,
It's just a black crater.
Exactly. Black crater
gonna
with
say,
smoke
the
just
ground
billowing
is-
out.
The ground is a little cracked from opal shatter.
oh man, my
Dude.
sinuses.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
People-
Marn's got in store for him when we find his stupid little silly sneaky
That's
ass.
right. That's right.
We're going to kill him so many times over, and I'm going to
So
enjoy it.
many times.
Well, when that day comes, I hope you know that I will do my best to help prepare you all in my own way. Specifically
Aw.
with weapons of mass destruction.
Wait.
And they all cast Thunderwave.
Whoa.
No, I would not be so predictable as to do that.
Some of them cast Fireball.
Oh yeah, the fireball Gatling gun.
What?
Chief, what are your roles about?
There's a Gatling gun.
My rolls?
Yeah.
Those are the saves.
Constitution saves. That
Oh,
they have
saves
no
all
chance
for that
of
being
doing.
locked?
Thunderwave and what's Thunderwave and
Not Thunderwave.
Word of Radiance.
Shatter.
Not a chance. You had no hope.
Both require saving throws instead of like us
Wouldn't have
rolling to
mattered.
attack. They roll to save.
I see.
They were
Man, I
already
hope we
dead.
don't see the big version of
my.
that thing. Did you hear it?
Didn't
Billions?
I?
I mean, how many is billions? I can barely imagine thousands of anything.
Niavara
Billions?
did have to see it, so she's like, I think Shere Khan would think it's a great rendition of what he looks like, actually. I think it
Ugh.
improves upon the shark-like appearance, actually.
Whew. Cha puts his
Right,
arms
well-
around his friends, and we all stroll back into town for a drink of hot.
I mean-
of
Yeah, I
Opal
think,
is actually going to be
chocolate
looking at
milk.
the job offerings.
I think Niavara would probably be the only one that could even fathom billions of mouths, because she saw it just constantly growing as it was
You-
getting
Yep.
closer.
And
Opal
she is
tries to
not
imagine it.
happy.
Just immediate thought.
Billions.
Gross. You
Gross.
only need one.
mouths. Ugh.
Billions of mouths when you only need one.
Well, that was a great session. Good work, everybody.
Yeah, that was good.
That
Yeah.
was really
Right.
fun. That was a fun way to end.
We all got to express things about our character and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Also,
Lady
out of
Miriam
character.
knows is Kozak. Lady Miriam knows.
Yeah, right.
That won't.
She knows everything.
She knows it all. That was it. That's interesting. It'd be interesting to know if Kozik will share all that with us, like everything that they talked
He
about.
did come back and say that she mentioned about the diamond, didn't he? Didn't you come back?
I
Kozik, and say-
basically said, what we talked about. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true. He didn't hide anything.
I wonder if she knows Sari's secrets.
She didn't.
That depends on if you tell the DM what Sorry's secret is.
No, about just no. You were there. You were there about her thing with Kozik and with
Oh,
the
that
dark
part.
and with the dark
Diamond.
lady.
Right. That's an interesting point. Yeah, would she know anything about the oath or
Yeah,
your
and just that.
history with it?
Yeah, just the history with the dark lady killing everybody Sari ever loved, and Kozik being connected
Do
to
such
her.
things matter to the gods?
Oh,
I'd be
maybe not,
very
but to
interested
Miriam,
to
I
see
think
how this
she'd be
plays
interested.
I'm very intrigued to see how it plays out between you and Kozik.
Don't say that too loud.
Ha 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 ha.
Kozak is like, huh?
Don't give the DM ideas.
It was very intriguing. I felt like for the first time, I don't know if anybody else felt that, but that like Lady Miriam was almost like offering to be Kozak's matron or patron if he turns away from the Dark Lady at any point. Like I got that sense that because she was specifically stating her level of power compared to her, and it was almost like, you know, if Kozak chose to, maybe he could even switch. I don't know
Huh.
if that's even possible, but
I got
I
the
felt
feeling
like
she
she
was
was
just
maybe
like, do
hinting
you
that.
know what you're into, buddy? Like, you know how intense this black diamond is? Like just be careful. Like, you know the danger you're walking with. You know, that's what I felt like she was saying.
But that's the
Well,
thing, she was so open with him, right?
if the
Yeah.
Dark Lady ever gets defeated, I mean, I'm gonna be jonesing for some new magic somewhere. So maybe I got to go learn a different school.
Your level of loyalty is just amazing. Well, if she leaves, I'll have to go find someone else.
Well, you know, it's like if she's going to be defeated and destroyed by somebody someday in my lifetime, then damn, then there goes all my magic powers. Oh well.
I mean, it's so
I
fascinating though.
see. So it's
She
not the
chose
lady, it's for the magic.
a
Okay.
figure who is noble and honest and just in his own way,
Who
like
is?
that the Kozak likes, and
Oh,
she
okay,
chose
okay. Oh, yeah,
him.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Lady Miriam is sharing all this that she knows because of that, right? She wouldn't share
Right,
it with someone who's all shady and
right,
sneaky
right,
and like hiding stuff. Kozak is
right.
Right.
totally
right.
like open, and she's like, "Hey, you know what you're dealing with. Well, I
Right.
know who she is, and I'm actually more powerful than her."
Did you get? Gosh, I didn't pick that up that she was saying that.
I'm the only good alignment character in this party.
Oh,
Hey, you
that's
don't know
true.
that.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, okay. Well, now we have
Sorry's
sorry. So
good.
You might be the only lawful one. I think we're
Yeah,
all
Yes.
that's
good,
true.
but kind of chaotic.
Yeah, I'm more
Yeah.
Most of us are
neutral. More
chaotic.
I'm pretty
neutral
much
good.
awful.
Hey, good times, everybody. Have a
Yeah,
great
right on.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Everyone have a good
everyone.
week.
I'm
That's great to
excited to
see
see
y'all
you guys
again.
next week.
Bye. And I
Yeah.
hope you
Thanks
feel better.
everyone.
Sorry.
Thank
And
you
I hope
so much.
you also feel
Yeah.
better. DM.
Yeah, Cube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cubed and
Feel
sorry.
better, buddy.
Feel better.
All right.
The sick
Thank
people.
the sick
The sick.
people.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good
And
night.
Great
I
night,
still have another
everyone.
game to run
Bye.
tomorrow. Later.
Oh no.
All right. Oh
Feel
my
better.
goodness.
I wish you
Good
the
luck.
best of luck.
You
See you
can take
guys
a
then.
sick day, you know.
Yeah.
That's true. You can if you really need to.
That's right.
As a DM, sick days are just opportunities to DM with a different voice.
You know, your voice
Mhm.
was really cool during the session, Cube.
All right. Bye.
Congestion.
Bye.
Later.
All right. I'm gonna end stream.
Yeah, and we got some stuff to discuss about tomorrow.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I gotta do some stuff. Blow my nose. So yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys hanging out and lurking and allowing me to do this thing that I do, which is running games and having people, apparently enjoy watching it. So we'll be back at it tomorrow, a little bit earlier at 5:30 Pacific, in the hopes that I don't completely die. My nose is just getting really stuffy. Sick brain, having trouble wording. Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. And for y'all's on the YouTube, I hope you enjoy as much as I did. I know I didn't really get to I didn't really do a whole crazy lot of narration, but trying to preserve my voice as best I can for the time being. So I just gotta make it, through one more session tomorrow. We'll go from there. Here's hoping tomorrow I'll be in a better condition. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. I guess I will catch y'all's next time, as I still gotta do a rundown of stuff for tomorrow. So, with that, I hope you have a wonderful morning or evening, or whatever's in between for you upon watching this. And I will catch you next time, which hopefully will be tomorrow, Wednesday, at 5:30 Pacific. Coughing. Until next time, y'all. Until next time. Farewell.